is legendary.
Perfect. Perfect.
These men go crazy. Legendary.
Perfect. Perfect.
A lot of you question whether or not I'm here for truth. Question if I was a real flat earther or not. Well, the reality of it is there are no flat earthers. There are only globe deniers. Every flat earth evidence really is just a globe phenomenon, explained by the globe. Don't you see that? See, I'm still here for truth. And now there are certain people in my way. You can deny evidence, but you can't deny truth. Flat Earth, you ask a lot of questions. I think it's time to answer some now. Alright, now I know you guys can. My apologies. Settings were all off. What is up? Alright, so in conversation that was going on over at I kind of have an issue with a lot of what Chris Berry and Travis were in every sense of the word. What do I mean? I mean, I don't think they understand what they're saying. Therefore, they don't know why they're saying it. So let me see, guys. Don't want to forget. What is up, B-Ball? And yes, B-Ball does have the best question. I've asked this question. Flat Earth. 9 lunar ellipses. Okay. What's up, Truth Stands Alone? What's up, Angle of Attack? What's up, Chris? What up, Travis? How you doing, my friend? What up, G? What up, Glover Mom? How you doing? What up, Wolfgang? What up, Marty Moose? You might, yeah, I had to rain. My internet crap happened. I had to start. Let me see. Is up, farmers? The farmers. I see you in just. What's up, no name? What up, Seek and Find? Yes, the horizon. The apparent horizon is. What up, Carl? What up, Amy? Welcome. What up, Barney? What up, Lori? What up, we critical thinking? How you doing, my friend? That is it. All right. So, if you want to join the panel, please come on over to the bunker. The description. There's a right down that link, and then I'll get you guys all verified, and then you guys can join the panel. Sense. Topic wise, there's not very much to talk about. You guys pretty much, topic of what is evidence. I like that topic. I think we should carry on. One of the things that I wanted to say, you can present evidence. One of the things that is critical in that evidence is that it's factual. If not factual, then you must, as my wisest man Feynman said, out. Does not work. Throw it out. And with that being said, evidence is anything can be evidence. Is the evidence correct? Is not always the case. That's kind of where we're at a standstill now with it. I'm gonna go ahead and go. Okay, so my mic is all. Hang on, give me a second. I will fix. Can you guys hear me? All right, that should be better. Popping. Hopefully, I fix it. What's up, Gary? How you doing, sir? I'm going to go Discord and hopefully cutting out. I hate this. Yes. All right, can you guys hear me? Everything's good now? Okay, here we go. All right, so I'm gonna go over to Discord now that I can. What is up, farmers? How you doing? Can you hear me? Nope, I don't. All right, there we go. Is that better? Can you hear me now? I don't know what's up. It's something. It's my audio. I know it's my audio because in my headphones, it's really choppy right now.
Yeah, you sound fine in here, but out in YouTube, it sounds like there was a comedian who used to do a trick over here that pretending his microphone was broken. So every now he'd sort of, and that's exactly what you were sounding like.
Yeah. See, like right now, in the YouTube, does Farmer sound choppy, or is it just my audio doing it?
Choppity chop chop.
Because to me, you sound very choppy. I can barely hear you. Hang on. I'm trying to fix it on my side.
Give it a thump.
It's usually something to do with my audio. Hang on. All right, try that.
Mary had a little lamb. She thought it was quite silly.
Yeah, so you're still choppy for me. I don't know why.
Weird.
I do like. Try.
Oh. Now they're saying out on YouTube it's better. I sound like a foreigner.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about
that. I'll try to live it through it. I don't know what it is. But yeah, you're a little choppy for me. Why don't I back out of here and see if that'll work? All right, let's see if that'll work.
Okay, how about now? Do I still sound choppy?
Yeah, you still sound like a foreigner. Fuck, didn't work.
Oh, sorry, I can't cure that.
Oh, that's what I was talking about the whole time. Man.
No, I'm sorry, you're going to have to put up with that, I'm afraid.
Oh, yes, damn it. No, for real, though, my audio is all messed up. Hang on. I'm going to switch my speakers and see if that's what it is. So go ahead and keep talking.
Okay. Yeah, just plug things in, unplug things, try this, try that, give it a go, give it a belt, give it a thump, swear at it, threaten it. How does that sound? Choppy? Not choppy?
Okay, it's definitely...
Chippy choppy?
I figured it out. It is my headphones. It's definitely my headphones. So I will be fixing that as we talk.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, but it's all good. At least I know what it is. I can fix it.
Yeah, Barney's saying I sound okay on stream and you sound a lot better when you did at the beginning. So I think the stream's okay.
There's going to be an echo. My mic was open for like 3.5 freaking seconds. Calm down. Hang on. I can't hear anything. I'm still fixing everything. Yep, there we go. Now I should be able to hear you. Yep, there we go. Oh, crystal clear. Now I can definitely hear your foreigner.
Is Farmer broadcasting from inside Nathan Oakley's head? Why is there an echo?
Yeah, when I was checking my speakers, I didn't have the OBS muted, so they got to hear the echo feedback.
I see.
All right, but we're all good now. Everything is good to go. I could hear you.
Cool.
I hear your foreigner. Everyone can hear me. My mic sounds better. Perfect. All right. It's like the first time I've ever done this. Jeez.
But it seemed to work all right last night.
Yeah, it was perfect. The funny part is I scheduled everything, but then I remember because I'm in the process of building my green screen, the frame for it, basically.
Oh yeah.
And I decided to go the PVC route, which also means I got to put like an extra, like I put a lot more to it, so it's structurally strong. And also I was listening to Jose's, and he goes, "Oh, gotta get out of here." And I looked at the time. I'm like, "Oh crap, I have 15 minutes." And I hadn't set anything up yet. I always do that to myself. I don't know why I do that. But I like the topic that they were talking about on Jose's, where they were talking about evidence. That was the one thing that kind of just made me leave Flat Earth. There was a point in time where I said, I'm done asking Globers crap. I want to go ask these content creators that we all are listening to, what their evidence is. How do they know it's flat? Because I need to know. Because I'm now at the point I was doing this. This is when I was like debating a lot, and I was like, hey, well, my arguments need to get better. So I need the info that they're not giving us yet.
Yeah.
So I went about and hey, I went to this person, went to that person, and every person I went to, they kept giving me the roundabout. And it's a little bit different when you're a flat earther and a flat earther is giving you that same roundabout. I mean, it's the same thing. It doesn't change. But it was one of those things where it's like, damn, okay, it's not going to happen. And to this day, I still haven't heard any evidence for this idea that it's flat. I actually want this evidence more now than I did. Not that I will ever become a flat earther, because I know. But the reality is you would think that someone who was a flat earther, all these flat earthers would be like, hey, maybe you missed this, and this is it. But that didn't happen. Didn't happen at all.
Well, no, and there's a very good reason for that. You can't present evidence when you don't have it, and that's why they've never presented any evidence, because they don't have any. It's very simple. That's why they spend all their time arguing round and round in circles and getting into semantics and saying nuh and answering your question with another 10 questions, because they don't have anything. They can't even explain a bloody sunset properly, for fuck's sake.
Because I was thinking about that. Because like Seek and Find, he's in the chat. He likes to do it. He asks the same questions over and over and over again. And it's weird because I want to go, hey, maybe I was thinking maybe this would happen. You know, you ask all these questions. I'm thinking maybe you have, an alternative, and you're just, seeing if I figured it out yet.
Yeah.
Seek and Find, why don't you let me know the alternative to gravity that you figured out that you're telling me I'm wrong about? Because if you know I'm wrong and you understand how gravity works in your world, or whatever it is, you should be able to explain it if you're able to tell me nuh-uh.
Without saying it's density and buoyancy, because we know it's not density and buoyancy.
Yeah. And you're right, Seek and Find. Talking to you is like talking to a brick wall. I'm happy that you acknowledge that. That's what he says. He says, it's like talking to a brick wall. Yeah, you're right, it is.
Yeah, but I don't think talking about himself somehow.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I think it was odd. Usually, you would try to defend yourself, but he's open. Maybe he's becoming honest now. He has to be honest with himself first, right?
Well, yes, I suppose so. If you're not honest with yourself,
what's the point?
Yeah, you ain't going to get anywhere up there. But yeah, I mean, Jose's hang out this afternoon. It was all about evidence, and how much evidence did anyone try to present on the flat Earth?
None.
No, because unless it was one of the couple of times I nipped out for a toilet break and I missed it, I didn't see or hear any evidence whatsoever.
Oh, you missed it. Damn.
Oh, I'll have to go back and watch it again. I must be when I took out for a thing.
They were talking about it and talking about it.
Yeah, right. They were talking about it, but did they actually produce any evidence?
Oh, no, I just said they were talking about it.
Well, they've been talking about it for years, but it's the same old shit going round and round and round.
Yeah, but I just said talk about it.
Right. Come on, Farmers Boy, they had evidence.
Did they?
They did?
Yeah.
Where? I missed that. Come on.
Chris Berry came in and showed a Paul on the Plane video proving NASA's lying to us about the photograph.
Paul on the Plane, do me a favour. Yeah. As soon as he said that, I face palmed.
Yeah, I thought he was going to give something good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that world-renowned photographic expert, Paul on the Plane.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed Travis said earlier on Jose's in his little closing arguments, or closing whatever, that whole refraction is the only reason for what we see. The problem is what about when there is no refraction? Simple question. You should be able to answer it since he has
either no refraction,
dismissed curvature.
Yeah, or just take, and I hate to say these words yet again, but look at the photos of those two particular rigs that they've been banging on about for weeks now. Not the one that's so refracted it looks like it's been left too close to the bloody fire. The other one where it's nice and clear and there's hardly any refraction at all. And yet the furthest one is quite clearly over the horizon by, I don't know, 40, 50 feet, if not more. Can't remember.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the extreme refraction causing that? That's right. There isn't any.
Well, see, that's also the other thing. Thanks to the overlay god Erebus, who, over the time has been showing me ways of, getting to the bottom of images. Gave me I got the greatest idea, when he was talking about some stuff. And one of the questions I've asked Travis this a few times. Travis hasn't answered it yet. I don't know why. Kind of refused it last time. I'm trying to find it right now. Hang on.
He's out in the chat.
I asked some, but I know he's not going to answer it. That's the thing. It'd be nice if he did. These overlays that I made, where I would think you should be able to, this one, where basically it's like showing exactly how much is being obstructed. And I asked him very clearly, I was like, hey, can you, on the screen so you guys can see it. There we go. I asked Travis, in that image, can you show me how much refraction is actually obstructing versus how much of the object is being obstructed? And he wasn't able to explain how he comes to those conclusions. I'm sorry, that to me shows that you're literally brushing away the physical obstruction on purpose. It's not even on accident anymore. There's no other way. In this image that I'm showing, I'll actually show it on for you guys so you can see what I'm talking about. You guys don't have to go over to the YouTube page. I keep forgetting not everyone has like 6 screens. There we go. Now you guys can.
Yeah, I've only got.
Yeah, I only got 2.
Well,
in fact, actually, I haven't got room for any more on this desk.
Well,
they're quite sizable. I think they're 24 inch. I think, but there we go. Yeah, we can see that now.
Yeah. So it's in this image. You can see clearly. It's one of those things where it's like, okay, well, we can see how much of the boat is missing due to obstruction. And then when we looked at this image, even Travis said there was a thin band of refraction, and this. Jesus, phone just went off. I wasn't talking to you. There was a small band of refraction at the top of like where I guess I don't even know what you would call it, the deck, like right where the railing is, but obviously not enough to actually obstruct that much of the boat. So I would ask again, and I'm asking, Chris Barry, you're out there, you can explain the physical water obstructing and how that is possible.
Is this an overlay then? Because
right now what we're looking at is overlaid. Let me show. I can put the 2 pictures real quick so you guys can see.
No, it's just I guessed it was because we've obviously got this sort of line going halfway through.
Yeah. That's the second photo where it's that much of it's actually being obstructed. So everything from the top of that is it matched up.
Yeah. Either that or it's sinking and they should all be manning the lifeboats and they should jump. Yeah. You see, refraction can do many, many wonderful things, but it's not doing that.
Yeah. and the thing is that's why I make it very clear when I say it, because yes, refraction does obstruct. When I say refraction obstruct, I mean that the portion of that refraction that you're seeing, there's stuff behind it, but you can't see it. Now, the other thing is that it's also due to physical bodies of water, land, period. Because saying that, for what Travis is saying, and I've really broke it down to this. What Travis is saying is that a brick wall can obstruct.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry. There's obstruction due to physical bodies of water in your images, in this image. that you can't. It's you saying it's not a physical body of water, but not showing me where this refraction line is in that physical body of water is I think is I hate to say it, but you're purposely saying that it's not physical body of water because it goes against your flat Earth view.
Yeah. I mean, if I go back again to that clear image that Matey Boy took of the two rigs, not the really lousy, refracted to hell ones that he seems to be able to take, the clear ones, the furthest rig, half of it's not there, and it's not. You can't sit there with hand on heart and honestly say that is only. There's hardly any refraction going on at all. I don't see how anybody who claims to be a seeker and purveyor of truth can say, "Yep, that's all refraction." Where? What refraction? There is no bloody refraction. It's a physical obstruction. It's gone beyond the curve of the horizon. Full stop.
And any refraction that is there doesn't amount enough to obstruct the full object. And I haven't even seen an image that would constitute refraction obstructing that much of an image.
Yeah, but when it's refracting that badly, you can see what's doing it.
Mm-hmm. Just the fact that it is refracting.
If you've got extreme refraction, you can see it's extreme refraction.
Mm-hmm. And seek and find, I agree with you. We all do see the same thing. We all do experience the same things. The difference is whether or not you're willing to be truthful about what you experience. Pretty simple. In my opinion. I don't know if it's simple for you, but that's just the way I see it.
There's many different grades of simple, I think.
Yeah. One of the other things that it's really coming to the point now. Okay, so yesterday we were talking with Chris. Chris does this a lot. Nuh-uh, and nuh-uh. Those are his favorite. And here's the thing. If you're presenting evidence and you don't even have to be confident in your evidence, or even if you are confident in your evidence and it's actual evidence, you're going to be able to lay out a set of things that can be viewed and looked into to understand better and get to your point. If you're not willing to listen, take that in and examine it for yourself, seek and find, it's going to be a pointless conversation in the first place. That's kind of where we got to. It went to the point where it was like, okay, you've asked me this 17 times. Have you even, can you repeat what I've told you? Just to even see if you're listening or you're just, wasting air. And you refuse to even repeat what I have even said. So to me, you became a waste of air. And yes, bacon is the best.
Bacon.
Yes.
Bacon.
I've had dinner. It wasn't bacon.
It wasn't a good dinner.
No. It could have been improved with bacon, but yeah.
Everything is improved with bacon.
A lot of these guys actually try to make an argument. Chris is a flat earth flasher. He just runs in, opens his overcoat, and then runs off.
Yes.
Yeah,
I did notice
that.
You
know who was on about? I went back to that video he was on about yesterday, the National Geographic one.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I did put this as a comment on your show yesterday. Towards the start of that film, they're explaining what they're doing. We have 36 hours to measure the distances, trace out the orbits, and set up a time-lapse shot from up on top of a nearby mountain.
I know.
Yeah.
I saw that.
I mean, you could see it, but he said it, up on top of a nearby mountain. And there's Chris saying, oh no, they shot all that from ground level. You shouldn't be able to see any of that. Well, no, they knew that. That's why they went on top of a nearby bloody mountain.
Of course.
Of course.
All right, Blue, you shared that and you said timestamp at 5, go to 5:30. So what are we looking at?
What that is that's the side-by-side picture of the oil rigs. That's the point.
Oh, what, the clear one and the unclear one, yeah.
Yeah, I happen to put both of them in the video I released this morning.
Oh, nice.
And they're there right together, so you can see the two.
Yeah, see, like
And that refraction actually is making.
Yeah, I mean, look at that bottom one, and that far rig. That is not disappeared due to refraction, because how much refraction can you see in that photo?
exactly. And even
That's
saying
such a
that's
clear
fine.
shot.
Even saying that's fine, but then show me, because it would have to be from the our horizon to the bottom of that picture, and in that physical body of water, show me where the refraction is.
Yeah.
That's all I ask. That's a simple question.
And that's why all this time they ignore that photo and they bang on about that one at the top. I mean, look at the state of that rig in the background.
Hmm?
Everything is so massively distorted. I mean, it really does look like it's been too close to the fire, you know.
Yeah, the whole thing. It looks like one of those. You know, when someone's daydreaming and it goes into the
That's it. Yeah. Oh, we're having a flashback.
yeah, exactly. That rig is having a flashback.
I mean that flame stack on the left. I mean that's almost bent back on itself. You know, if that's not extreme refraction, I don't know what is.
That's the new style these days.
And when you watch the actual video it comes from, that thing's just wiggling around, doing all kinds of crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And that's the one they used too. The one that's just complete crap. Refraction, just everything's just blah blah. And they're like, look, flat.
Well, yeah. Well,
distorted but flat.
That bottom photo, if the Earth is flat, how are they behind the horizon?
Exactly.
That is my point, and it has been my point, and I'm going to continue hammering that point. Mm-hmm. If the Earth is flat, that horizon can never be in front of either one of any object that you can see. It cannot be.
Correct.
As long as you're behind it. As long as you're above the quote unquote zero level, you know, ground level, sea level, mean sea level, doesn't matter. As long as you're above that, you should be able to see everything until it's distorted into a small dot.
Given that you haven't dug a hole in the beach, and you're actually standing there and you are eyeballing sand level, you know, you are above the horizon. And if you're above the horizon and the Earth is flat, nothing can be behind it. The horizon will be behind everything, because eventually it'll just be a blur in the distance, won't it? If the Earth is flat.
And I just realized that, like, this is also one of, like, the most simplest argument to describe the globe and how we
I
things
come
on
in
it.
Peace.
Hey Travis, how you doing, buddy? Hey, you got a good horn today. Yesterday it sounded pathetic. I was worried for him.
Yeah, we had the window closed yesterday, didn't we?
How you doing, sir?
I don't know why. Oh, I got my lights on. Okay.
Okay,
so you know, I'm actually here for a very peaceful conversation.
Absolutely.
I don't think that it needs to escalate at all, but I have answers. You might not agree with them, and that's perfectly fine. But all I ask, and I said this before, I think a couple weeks ago on Jose's channel, and Big Blue was there. I said, just consider the possibility. So, I have so much footage to go through. I'm still only on day 4. And I can tell you guys right now that from the same elevation, I have completely different images of these same oil platforms. In one image, it's completely obscured. Not completely. It's halfway obscured. More than what BMLS has. Okay? And in the other image, when I went back a different day, it was less obscured. Okay, that's only due to refraction. So when you guys are harping on about these two images and you're saying that the horizon cannot be in front of these objects, I mean, guys, I've done it before, and I know that nobody wants to necessarily go back through the footage that I've put out. And I would love to put out more and more, because I have hours and hours where I can just do this all day. I could demonstrate this stuff all day long.
Okay,
where I have
But in the images that we were looking at, Travis, the bottom picture, would you be able to show me that amount of refraction in the body of water?
What you're asking for can't happen, because if you get closer to the image, Sean, you're going to change the angle and it's going to disappear. It's like moving towards a rainbow.
Well,
it's not going to stay there for you.
Well, the closer you get to the platforms, the more of the platforms you're going to see.
Yeah, that's right.
But the physical body of water, I'm not seeing enough refraction in that to obstruct anything.
Well, I guess the question becomes, what do you think you expect? So I don't expect anything, right? So when I go there, I don't expect like anything. I just shoot, and then when I see what I see, I have to take that. So like, let's say I go and take an image on a Tuesday. This is my first time taking these shots, never seen these before. I take these images. And then I go out on Thursday, and Thursday I get completely different images. You know, it's not that the ones on Tuesday are better than the ones on Thursday. They both have to be taken together. So, you know, Big Blue, I don't know if you saw that I put in the chat on Jose's the video that I did on what I called the disclosing line. But 95% of the time when I go out, it's high refraction. Why do I say that? Because I can't see 9 miles away. Can't see it. But then I have...
But would that be due to more haze or...
No, it's not haze. It's not haze. It's refraction. Because I can show you different levels of the refraction. So the time when I lost my shit with you and Erebus on Jose's channel was when you guys were challenging my image of the channel marker. And from what I can remember about the show, you were saying there's no way I could be taking that from the same location.
And Erebus did come back and say it was the same location.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. The reason why the image the reason why the image didn't look the same, the only thing it could be is refraction, because I'm in the same place. The distance is the same, my height was the same. So when I can see farther, and the only times I have been able to see farther is at dusk, when the light is just right. I can see all the way across 9 miles to the shoreline.
Travis.
Yeah,
quick question. So that's okay. I get what you're saying about refraction. To some extent, I agree with you. But what I fail to see is how that gets you to flat Earth. And does it get you to flat Earth?
Yeah, that didn't get me to flat Earth. Okay, so this is not an argument that won me towards flat Earth. So that's not even the issue. The issue is, and this is my claim, that obstruction of objects that we credit to curvature is never, ever due to curvature. It's always due to refraction, because refraction... So this whole thing that has come up, in my opinion, since the Black Swan, it seems to me that I'm going to just say it this way, guys. So I'm going to put the onus on me. I did not hear anything about this geometric horizon until the Black Swan. Okay? Now that's me. I'm just going to say that. Okay. I'd never heard of it before. Never. So what, and this is what I've put in numerous videos that I've put out recently. I've used the Big Think video of Michelle Fowler giving her top 3 proofs for how you can know that the Earth is a globe, when she says it's not okay for people to think that the Earth is flat. I don't know why we're even having this discussion. And her very first proof, my fucking God, is that boats go over the curve. Fuck. I mean, that's got to be that's like saying Santa Claus comes down the chimney and gives me my presents. That's got to be the most asinine. That's her first proof. And she says, hold on. She says, you can go out on the lake. You can do this yourself. Go out on the lake. And if there's boats on the lake, you can see
no
the
swearing.
boats.
You're a Christian. No sweating. I just want to get a mic check.
Yeah.
Check
I'm
1, 2.
not-
Does it sound all right?
Yeah, you're
I'm not
good.
a Christian.
You're
Yeah, it's
good,
working.
Cool. Thank you.
Okay, so anyway,
So
here's my point. My point is, Michelle Thaler, okay, an astronomer, astrophysicist, astronomer, and she says that she tells her students these things. She says it's the horizon that blocks the ship. Okay, there's no
Yes, it is.
qualifications. Okay, there's no qualifications. So when you look out into the distance and you think you're seeing a boat go over the curve, that thing that you're seeing that you think is blocking the boat is physical water. Okay? The problem is I can show you in my images on the Chesapeake Bay that I have obstruction of boats that can only be due to refraction because the distance isn't going to permit that kind of obstruction. And when you understand that on a small scale,
But
that
how do
when
you know
have that,
how do you know the distance?
because I'm looking 5 miles, and
But
that boat isn't 5 miles away. It's 3 miles away. And yet the entire boat is gone. It's swallowed up into the refractive zone. Okay? So if I were to show someone a picture and not give them any context and bait them, right? I'm totally baiting them. Totally going to sucker punch them. I show them an image and I say, where's this boat? They're going to go, oh, it's over the curve. And I know that that boat is only 3 miles away and that this is due to refraction. Okay? Now,
what about on days when there's no refraction?
Hold on now. So the thing is that when they see that image and they say that it's over the curve, that means that the end of the water that they see the water physically end in their mind. When I have images of that same location and that horizon isn't in the same location,
It's always apparent.
that's impossible. That's
No.
impossible.
No, it's not. It's apparent.
It's
Okay.
obvious.
No, listen, guys. Listen. If you have a physical
It's not
line,
physical.
a physical,
It's not physical.
Barney just said that it was the horizon.
No,
he
I don't
says
care
is
what Barney
blocks.
says. I'm telling you right now, the horizon is not a physical location.
Okay, I agree with you. Yeah, I agree with you. So then the only thing that it can be is refraction.
No,
It's not
No.
physical water.
Nope.
So the horizon.
Okay. So if I show you an image, you'll be able to show me where the physical body of water that I think is obstructing is refraction.
It depends on what your image is. I don't know what you're going to show me.
Okay, I'll show you. Right back up.
you see,
Let me refresh. Hold on. Let me refresh the page so I can see what you're.
Well, I haven't put it in yet.
Depends on what your image.
So I think you've seen it
Laurie
before.
in the live chat says at least Travis dares to give the argument most other flirs are too scared to, and yeah, I would actually like to commend Travis on that.
Yeah, that's why I don't.
What am I doing?
That you're actually having the conversations rather than just making blanket statements and writing.
Presenting arguments instead of just going.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's because that's just who I. Oh shit! I pushed the wrong button. Hold on. I'm trying to open up the screen to watch what Sean's going to put up here. I mean, yeah, because I'm interested in having this conversation, and I think that it's a worthwhile conversation to have. And I think that singing the song over and over again, you guys are going to learn the words every once in a while.
Okay, so I just posted it in the Discord chat.
Yeah.
Okay, so in this image, could you show me the refraction that is obstructing the rest of the boat?
I can describe it to you because if you're going to zoom in, it's going to be distorted. The refraction, and again, I have images like this, Sean. I can show you the degree of progression. I can show you a horizon that is closer to me. I can show you a horizon that is farther away. The refraction happens at the horizon.
Okay, but
and and the degree that you can't see the ship, that is due to the distance that ship is from where the mirage begins, or where the refractive distortion begins. Okay, so even if you don't have an inferior mirage, you still have, and I would say, yeah, it's so hard because the the angle and the degree of what you're looking at right now is so far away that you can't see what's really there. And if you tried to zoom in, even if there were an inferior mirage there, it's so refracted you wouldn't be able to have that kind of definition. So this is the way that I'm looking at a tree right now, and this is the way that I try to explain it this way. So you have to think about this as an analogy. The tree that I'm looking at right now, I'm going to put it, say, 10, 20, 30, 40, 60 feet high. It's a 60 feet high tree. Now, if the sun were setting, that tree's shadow is going, depending on the degree of the sun, that tree's shadow is going to extend towards me. And it can cover the exact same amount, right? We can draw a right angle triangle and have everything equal. The shadow of the tree is equal to the height of the tree. But as the sun goes down, the shadow is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, or longer and longer and longer. But the shadow is covering physical distance. So now the shadow is covering, let's say, 120 feet, but the tree is only 60. So that's what you have to think about when you think about the angle of degree with the refraction that's happening. because that line that you consider the horizon, okay, my question to you is, how far away is that line from the boat?
As you said, it changes from day to day.
But that's part of the dynamic that we can't know unless we have something on that line to then become
I agree with you that we cannot know everything and we cannot know it absolutely. But there are knowledges that we can given some error margins. The reason why I cannot accept your argument, the thing that's preventing me from accepting your argument, is my understanding of what refraction is, of how light bends through a medium. Now,
sure, that's what you have to change. That's right. Yep.
That's what I have to change.
Yeah,
But then my glasses don't work.
Yeah, that's right.
But my glasses do work.
What you've been told about refraction is incorrect, Barney. That's right.
Okay, can you correct it?
Yeah,
that is right. Yeah, that I don't have the freedom in my life to do that kind of science. I can talk you. Listen, hold on. I can have.
No, it's okay. I understand that argument. You've presented it many times. You don't have the time to go into it in depth and uncover the truth of refraction.
Okay, now, so let me say it this way real quick.
Wait. You've been speaking for a while. Come on. The issue with that is that we use optics and we use refraction in everyday life in a myriad of ways. In cameras, in lenses, in eyeglasses, in spyglasses. We do tests with refraction through water. We do tests with refraction through air. We do tests in vacuum. We have ways of measuring refraction and seeing regularities within it. What you're proposing is the exact opposite of what is observed and what is measured.
Okay,
wait. Let me.
Okay, all right. Go ahead.
Refraction for all instances, wherever it can be accurately measured, behaves in such a way that when it moves from less dense to more dense, it moves towards the vertical, and where it moves from more dense to less dense, it moves away from the vertical. That means that if the air on the Earth is overall more dense at the bottom and less dense at the top, you will always have refractory looming. It might change depending on what that density difference is. You might see further or closer depending on conditions on a certain day, but it will always loom things up. On a flat Earth, that means necessarily that there is no horizon. That the Earth, the farther away it is, the farther away it is, the more it gets loomed up, and it goes up and up and up and up and up in your line of sight.
That's right. Yeah, and I've got a video that should blow your smurfing mind if you haven't watched it.
Wow. Cool story,
So
bro.
yeah, cool story,
Yeah.
bro. I mean, how mature is that? I mean, I'm here to have a conversation. I'm having a conversation with Barney. So cool story, bro.
Yeah. We're being such a butthurt baby. Just move.
I wouldn't
What's
mention
up,
maturity.
fellas?
You keep
We're
saying
good.
So-
Let's just keep going. Keep going. Keep going. We're good.
So Barney, right? Okay. Now, what you've just done, Barney, is you have expressed, I think, adequately, from your perspective, what you understand. The thing that is not going to get us anywhere is leaving the conversation there. So we have to have data and photographs and images because that's all we can do. Otherwise, what you just described only goes so far. So you know that I've given you my photographs that you agreed to look up the data for, and you know I know. Listen, I
So
don't have the
that's
time.
that's the third time in a row you've asked me for that. Now, for the third time in a row, I'm gonna tell you that the coordinates that you gave me are an intersection inside the city from where you cannot see the lake at all. So I have asked you to give me more specific location, and like every time I
can
ask you
I-
that, there is no
okay.
reply, and then so
All right, listen.
yeah,
Okay, if you
I've
okay,
I've
hold on.
I've
If I have missed that email, it was absolutely unintentional. So
But
if I saw
you've
your
called
email
me
as
out.
diverse.
So this is the third time you've called me out on stream, and every time on stream I have given you this answer.
Okay, listen. I don't know what to give you, Barney, because when I gave you my data, it was from the screenshot on my phone as I stood at that spot. So if
Okay.
I go back to that spot and give you another screenshot, it's going to give me the same coordinates. Okay,
Okay.
so I don't know how to change that.
Okay. In that case,
Okay.
I cannot get the location that you took it from.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
So the I mean, the only thing that I can think to do is to perhaps get a I don't even freaking know. It's just, you know, if I can tell you the Concord Point Lighthouse, that's where I'm at. And if you just look up the Concord Point Lighthouse and get your own coordinates on Google Earth, all you have to do is either lower me 10 feet or whatever, because I'm on the shoreline, right? I'm on the shoreline. So yeah, my point is with looming, right? So looming doesn't happen on a flat Earth because there's no curve to bring the image back up over. But looming as a phenomenon does happen. I just don't call it looming. I call it either magnification or extension. So when we see farther into the distance, it's not because the atmosphere is looming up the distance from over the curve. Because the exact opposite in that model is what I say. When there is high refraction in your model, when there's high refraction, you see farther because that refractive index that's higher brings the image up. That's the exact opposite in flat Earth. When refraction is high, there is a limitation to the distance. You cannot see as far. When the refraction is low, you can see farther, and you are simply seeing distance. You're not seeing over a curve. It's not bringing anything up that's obscured from behind anything that you can't see. It looks flat to me. Well, actually, it's really a curve, and it's just appearing flat. No. You're just simply seeing farther into the distance, just like when I'm looking 1 mile away, just like when I'm looking 3 miles away and I cannot see the shoreline. Why can't I see it? Refraction. When the refraction's gone, I can see the shoreline. If that's true at a mile, if that's true at 3 miles, if it's true at 5 miles, at 9 miles, at 12 miles, then that same phenomenon is true at 20 miles and 50. The reason why you can't see what you think you should see is because there is refraction at that angle and degree.
So by your definition, the black swan photo is low refraction. Is that what I'm understanding?
I'll say it this way: when you can't see what you should be able to see because it's not that far away, that's high refraction. So when the, I guess what I would say is when the horizon appears closer to you, that's massive refraction. When you have the image, image. Okay, go ahead.
I just trying to get that straight in my head. In your mind, the black swan photograph is showing low levels of refraction. That's why the horizon is visible beyond those oil rigs. Okay.
That's right. Yeah. But I'm not saying, okay, so look, before the black swan image came out, because I was shooting the Channel Islands, I have Platform Gilda. I had Platform Gilda with her, what's that called, what the burn off is, where they use the fuel that burns off that extension, you know?
Flare pipe.
The flare pipe, okay, whatever. The flare pipe, I had a lightning bolt, zigzag, boom, boom, boom. It was awesome. I loved it, you know? That's high refraction. But it's not, it doesn't mean that, that's not going to have an effect at the surface where that affects the horizon or how far you can see, because you've got that. It's a whole. That's why I say that the Aether band is the entire field of view. Everything that you're looking at is affected by the.
So I have to bring it back to the fact that refraction has a meaning. It describes a certain phenomena. It describes, like, we know what refraction is. Now you're using it almost as a magic word. Well, what if refraction does exactly opposite of what we say that it does, right? And I cannot accept that as an argument without very significant evidence that such a thing is possible. It is literally like saying, well, if black was white, then
right? Okay, so I don't think that you're
then they would be night. Therefore,
well.
Wait. You've been speaking for a while. I didn't interrupt. I've let you say your piece, even though there were many. Even though there were several points that I wanted to address, I've let you.
You're mischaracterizing me. Then fine.
How am I mischaracterizing?
Oh my God!
I'm telling you what I understand from your argument.
Yeah, and I'm saying you're wrong. I have listened to what you just said.
Yes, obviously you are.
You're wrong.
Yes. So when next time you start speaking, the first thing that I should say is, well, you're wrong. And
if I'm saying something incorrect, yeah, if I'm misrepresenting
you are saying something incorrect, and I've let you say it.
If I'm saying something
and now I'm responding.
Okay, if I'm saying something about what you believe and I'm misquoting you or misrepresenting you, by all means stop me, because it's a straw man.
Do you believe that when there is more refraction, we see farther? We see shorter, and when there is less, we see farther.
Yes, but
you are wrong.
No, hold on.
Exactly.
That's it. Hold on.
No. You've said something wrong. Now this is the point that by your rules, I have to tell you that you're wrong.
I have to qualify.
Because no. I have to interrupt you because you cannot continue saying because you've said something wrong.
No.
You understand now why I've waited.
Because
and then you let me say my piece, and then you address me again.
You are
right. It's talking in terms. Not interrupting each other.
Right. We are talking about the same observation. Listen, we're talking about.
Hello.
We're talking about
the
same.
Travis.
I'm just going to say the same thing over and over again. We're talking about the same observation, Barney.
Have I interrupted you while you were speaking?
Okay. Again, you are saying I'm incorrect.
Yes, because you've said things which were incorrect.
According to your standard, not according to what I believe. Not according to what I believe. Okay?
Yes, I never said that you believe.
What's happening, Travis, is you're cutting off Barney to tell him he's incorrect, and
what I believe. I
understand. Right. Yeah, I understand. But the thing is, that when you say something incorrect and Barney does it, you then cut him off to tell him to stop cutting you off.
Have I done that yet? This discussion? No.
Yeah, that's what Barney's trying to say. You're doing. You're doing that.
Oh, dude.
Every time he starts going into it, you cut him off to tell him he's wrong, and to show you the point, he did it to you, and you told him to stop doing it.
Exactly.
Oh, the irony.
That's not irony.
Oh, it is.
Look up irony.
Oh dear, here we go again.
It's actually dramatic irony.
Yeah. You are accusing him of exactly the thing you're doing.
That's not irony.
While doing it.
Well, yes,
It is ironic. Yes, it is.
yes, very.
No, it's not ironic. It's just hypocritical.
Oh my god. Okay, so go ahead and finish your straw man, Barney.
Hypocrisy and irony.
Straw man of what?
What I believe.
I wasn't talking about what you believe.
Okay, go ahead then.
Go ahead, so you can interrupt them.
So, first thing you've said that I disagree with is that flat Earth does not have the curvature to cause that kind of refraction. Now, it is not curvature that causes refraction. It is the difference in density between higher layers and lower layers.
Okay, I didn't.
As
say
I
that.
said, you didn't say what?
I didn't,
didn't say what?
I didn't say curvature causes refraction. That's not what I said.
Who said you said?
Okay.
Didn't you just say that you disagreed that curvature causes refraction?
Yes, because you said that there should be no on flat Earth. That if my model was correct, there should be no such curvature. There should be no such refraction on flat Earth because because there is no curvature.
No. Yeah. See, no.
Okay, I will literally go back through the fucking stream and play it.
Hey Barney, is it safe to say that the orientation of the layers of density is what causes the effect of the refraction?
He said curvature is required for looming.
Yes.
So looming is because of the orientation of the layer.
So it has nothing to do with curvature. The surface doesn't have to be curved and can be curved in either direction. It can be convex or concave, and you will still get looming as long as the lower layer is denser and the upper layer is less dense.
Okay. So
okay, why? Because refraction is the effect in which light curves bends towards the vertical as it enters denser medium and away from the vertical when it enters rarer medium. No curvature required.
I got a quick question. Is it fair to input your beliefs into a science or data that is it can be provided and verified? I don't think it's fair to just input because I believe something different. Therefore, you know what I mean.
I believe you're an egg.
Because I believe many different things that don't agree with scientific research and things that have been already provided for us and we can research it. But because I believe it, do I get to put my ideas into your brain and you then take my side? Like, yeah, I believe. I believe you that you believe something different. But what difference will it make?
Technically, yes. That's what all humans do, and that's how we communicate.
I agree.
There is a matter of cooperation there. If the conversation is at least somewhat genuine, where if we disagree, at least one of us is wrong, maybe both of us. So if we disagree, if we can amicably come to a conclusion of which one is wrong, or at least try to persuade each other, then we make the world less wrong. So yes, you should share your ideas even if they are wrong, so that they could be corrected. It is the issue is that people are horrible at listening and horrible at letting the other person talk.
Sorry, what were you saying?
Yeah, what was
Just
that?
kidding.
No.
Sorry, I was distracted. Yeah, what?
And it's basically shoving your fingers in your ears and yelling, screaming your ideas into the void is not productive.
La la la.
All right. So can I ask a question? Because it's not clear to me what
Of
exactly
course it is.
you understand about the obstruction that happens in the distance. So Sean's image of his cargo ship, right? The horizon that you see in front of the cargo ship, is that the physical curvature of the Earth?
In part, yes.
What does that even mean?
That means that there is a lot of refraction in all of those images that distort the image and loom things up more the further away they are. But
Okay,
yes,
so-
for something to be hidden by any kind of a horizon, the surface that they have to be on must necessarily be convex.
Okay, so I think that the same question that Sean asked me now belongs to you. Can you show us
Go
where
ahead.
that refraction? Can you show us where that refraction is on that horizon?
No, not really. And I don't expect you to.
Right. Okay, so again, we're simply arguing over the same observation, right?
Yes.
So the obstruction for me, as well as for you, is not physical water, because you have a certain degree of refraction above that water that is now between the water and the ship. So even for you, the obstruction is refraction. It's not physical water.
So for anything to be hidden behind anything else, the light from that object needs to be prevented from coming to you. Where you don't see the ship and see water is where the light line coming from the bottom of that ship has been intersected by water and you're not seeing. Whether
Okay,
that is
so-
happening through refraction or curvature or a combination of both is irrelevant. You always need something
incorrect.
physical.
That's
You
incorrect.
always need something physical to be
That's
hidden,
incorrect.
to hide another physical object.
That is incorrect, and I've been saying this from the very beginning. I have footage after footage after footage of my lighthouse in the Chesapeake Bay. Okay, I have footage where I show you in time lapse that the lighthouse has a cannon that is in front of it that you cannot see. You can't see the cannon, and as the day goes on, and I'm in the same location, all of a sudden there's the cannon. Where was it before?
Yes.
That's right. That's refraction. There's nothing physical blocking it, Barney. It's refraction. The reason why you can't see the cannon is because of refraction.
So, what does refraction mean to you? Define the word? What is it? What does it mean? What is the meaning of that word?
I'm sorry. Give me a second. I'm signing some papers. Hold on.
So, from my understanding, refraction is the effect which makes light not move in straight lines. It makes it bend. Now, when it bends, as it curves towards our eyes, it intersects and touches other things.
Right.
When something intersects it, it blocks its path. That is obstruction through refraction.
Okay. So whether or not you want to call it, whether or not you want to describe it the way that you did, it's the same phenomenon for both of us. Okay. So my understanding of refraction is not yours, okay? Because I believe that your understanding presupposes the structure of the Earth. Refraction in my world doesn't depend upon the shape of the Earth. It depends upon distance and angle, okay, and height. So refraction for me is simply the distortion of light over distance.
Okay, just one clarification. What do you mean that I presuppose the shape of the Earth in refraction?
Well, if you're talking about looming, and looming is an aspect of refraction, you're talking about light traveling in a straight line and bending and following the curvature of the Earth. That's what looming is, correct? The light of an object that is past.
No, that's exactly what I was saying that you got wrong the first time around. It has nothing to do with curvature. Whichever shape you have, it's the gradient. If the air is denser at the bottom than at the top, then you have looming. Regardless of what the shape it is, regardless if it's concave, convex, or flat.
No, but looming only happens on a curved surface.
No, it only happens. No, it only happens if you have dense medium at the bottom and rare medium at the top.
What is looming? The definition in your mind. I'm not trying to catch you out. I'm trying to understand your term, because as far as I understand what
curving the light downwards so that the rays enter into your eye at a steeper angle, making the image seem higher.
Yeah. Okay. You can't show me that.
I can't show you what.
What you just described, you can only describe that. You cannot show me light bending down, curving down, and then coming back up into my eye. You can't show it. You think that's what's happening, but you can't demonstrate it.
It doesn't curve down and then come back up.
Yeah, you can't demonstrate that.
It doesn't do that. It doesn't do that, and we don't claim it does.
Whatever Barney just said, whatever he just said about light curving down and then coming back up so that it comes into your eye.
It doesn't come back up. It goes down and enters your eye from above, making the object in your vision seem higher.
Okay. Then whatever the hell you just said, you cannot show me that. You can't show me what you just said.
We just did. We showed you the two
and that happens.
No.
And that happens in a medium which is dense at the bottom.
All you're doing is describing what you think is happening. You can't show me that, Barney. You can't show me light. Okay, look. You just said light bending down and then hitting your eye from above. What the hell does that even mean?
It's exactly what he said.
That
has
no meaning. That doesn't mean anything.
And therein lies the problem.
So can I just say something real quick? Can I just say something real quick? So far what I've heard is that Barney gave you an explanation and you said whatever the hell that means, and then you say you can't show me that, but you don't understand it, so you are denying something you don't understand.
Right, so good, right. Thanks, Sean. Okay, Barney, I don't understand the words that just came out of your mouth. Can you show me a picture of that, please? And show me light bending down and then hitting my eye from above, making the object appear higher.
It's in the chat.
It's in the chat.
Oh, that's cool. That's a cool photo.
Hey, really quick, I just want to say something. I'll keep listening on YouTube. I gotta get out of here. Maybe at any moment, Travis, I don't mean to obfuscate now, but somebody can ask Travis to tell us why did he share this flat earth proof? Because I've been looking for flat earth proof for a long time, and everybody say there's no proof for flat earth, but Travis shared this link along with Nathan Oakley. They both shared this link on Facebook. So Travis, maybe you want to talk us about what this flat earth proof is. I would love to hear it. Thank you, Sean, for having me. I'll keep listening on YouTube, bro.
So just to make it clear what the image is showing, it is a container filled with water and sugar syrup. Sugar syrup is at the bottom and gets less dense as it moves upwards, and at the top it's the least dense. When you shine a laser through such a medium it's flat, it's not curved, there is no curvature anywhere in the container, right? When you shine a laser through such a container, which is dense at the bottom and rare at the top, the laser points down, bounces off, makes a full loop to point down, and does it 3 times in this image.
Yeah, we don't live in water. We don't live in sugar water. Daylight is not laser. Okay, so this is not even analogous to the that we live in. Okay, show me this image of light bending down and bouncing like a leapfrog game in any photo. You can't do it, guys. Listen to what I'm saying. You can describe what you think light is doing. It is bending down, making
But
the image
aren't
look
you
higher.
describing what you think light is doing, Travis?
Right. Yeah, that's exactly
Okay,
right.
so
Yes,
what makes
that's right.
you correct over us?
Because I'm not using a facsimile of a tank full of sugar water and saying that that's what's happening outside in the atmosphere. You can't prove, guys, you cannot prove that what's happening in a tank full of sugar water.
So what are you using
To do what, Barney?
to explain what is going on?
Just the observation.
Just the observation of
Yeah,
what?
all I'm doing is, okay, so right
you,
now...
you have just stated that just by observation nobody can say anything.
No, I did not say that.
Nobody can observe which path.
I did not say that.
Nobody can say which path the light took.
Yeah, I can say that. That's damn straight. Yeah.
Okay, then how can you say what's going on from just the observation if you don't know which path the light took?
All I'm doing is describing what I'm seeing, Barney.
No, you're going way beyond that.
How?
If all you're describing is what you're seeing, we're both seeing the same images, right? So you and I are seeing the same thing.
That's right. Yeah, we're seeing the same image. That's correct. Except mine is straight ahead of me over distance.
So it's a different image then.
No. Okay, if we look at the black swan image, right? Or even Sean, talk to Sean G. Okay, when we were standing there chatting at that hangout, Sean G, we both looked out over the ocean, right? Yep. We both saw the same thing.
Yep.
The reason why you and I could be up the coast to Santa Barbara to the H-Plat 15 miles away was because they're there, straight ahead, straight ahead of us. No curvature, nothing. They're just there.
But not the whole thing.
That's because of refraction.
But that's kind of why I want to see the images.
Okay.
Okay. So
I
just want to stop this. I just want to stop this before it gets far too far away from what we're talking about. The reason why that image of the laser in syrup is proof of what I'm saying is because that's not the only instance we see that. We also see that whenever.
Hang on, Travis.
It's not the only instance. It is not the only instance where we see that. We see that in every instance of refraction. We see that with glasses.
Show me.
We see that with with cups of water. We see that
we don't see
wait,
in
you're
cups
interrupting
of
me.
water.
You're interrupting
It's
me.
insane.
Let
You're
me finish
arguing
and
that
then
we live in a glass of water.
reply.
We don't live in a glass of water. We don't
I
live
did
in a
not
tank
interrupt
full
you
of
while
sugar
you
water.
were speaking.
That's because I don't say stupid
Travis?
things.
Hang on, Travis. You're like,
You don't say stupid things. You really want to go there.
Yeah.
With me.
Yeah, but
How many times since you know me have I ever insulted you? Ever? Or been disrespectful to you?
Well, if I say stupid things, you may certainly do that.
Okay? You never stopped saying stupid things.
Oh, don't hurt my feelings.
Oh! Now,
bro, listen. Again,
when you speak, I'm quiet, right?
You guys
I want to bring across a point.
You guys are extrapolating.
You interrupted me in the middle of my sentence to call me stupid.
You guys
without any argument beyond that.
Well, no. If I use the argumentation of one of you ballers, I didn't actually call you stupid. I said you said stupid things. I didn't call you stupid. Okay, so technically,
how do you know? How do you know if what I was said was stupid if you interrupted me in the middle of it?
Because you said that we see other examples of refraction, and you used a glass of water with a pen in it.
Yes.
Okay.
And is that the only example that I used?
We do not.
Is that the only? Did I say that we lived in water? That's a straw man. Do you understand that that's...
Barney?
Yes, I am. I'm using a list of all of the examples.
Barney.
No, it's not. If all of the examples, no matter what you pick, all behave in one way, and only one way, then it is imprudent to conclude that, except when it suits me, and then it works the opposite way, the exact opposite way.
Okay, can you show me?
So do we
light
live?
bending in any? Listen, don't show me a glass of water.
You just showed
Don't show me
Yes,
a
and
glass.
it's being shown, on
Where?
these hangouts
Where?
with people pouring cold liquid and sprays and using it to deflect lasers.
Fuck, that
and
is
pointing
not
to-
the world we live in, you guys. You guys are taking creative,
Travis,
manufactured.
there's one in the chat for you. There's one in the chat for you.
One in what chat, Sean?
This chat.
Okay, that's not bending down at an angle like the straw in water.
It sure is. It sure is. You see, when the light, do you see how the light is going at different angles through there?
No, I don't see.
It's not going in one direction.
I just see light, guys.
You see light. That's all you see. What color is that light?
Are you talking about the aurora?
The aurora borealis? Yes.
Yeah, I just see light. You can't get close enough and tell me that it's bending at this point. You can't show me that. It's just light, dude.
Are you kidding me? You can't get close enough to see that? You can't see that bending around the mountain?
What's your point? Yeah, I see that.
What's your point? The point is that you said that it doesn't happen in real life, and I'm showing you that it does.
No, okay. Do you see that straw?
What?
Okay, do you see that straw?
No. We're going back to the photo that I posted.
No,
because
I'm
you
telling
said
you,
that
I don't
it
disagree.
doesn't happen. No. You said that it doesn't happen in real life, so I showed you that it does.
Sean. No.
Oh no! Because you said
Sean.
we do not live in water.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, well, we can show it in the air,
Sean. I'll talk slowly
and
for
I
you,
can
Sean,
show you the light refracting as well.
Okay,
So there you go.
I'll start over, and I'll say
So
it slowly for you again.
what are you going to say? What are you going to say about this light?
Okay, my point was that when you show me water in a tank, or a laser beam in a tank, or you show me a straw in water, you cannot show me that with that pinpoint accuracy what's going on with the aurora borealis. I don't see the aurora borealis breaking off and bending.
Wow.
I just see the light.
Wow.
Wow. What?
So what you're saying is that all the refraction that is going on in your images have no bearing on this.
Did I say that?
That's exactly what you're saying. If you are saying that you cannot,
that, Sean.
If you are saying that you cannot,
I did not say that.
If you cannot take this as evidence, then you are saying that all refraction cannot be taken in.
That is absolutely a non sequitur. That does not follow, Sean.
Yes, it does. You said in reality.
In
reality,
it doesn't,
this is reality, isn't it? This is reality. This is what happens, right?
I got a question from the chat. So the question is, Travis, can you clarify why you're arguing against the atmospheric refraction when your entire theory is atmospheric bends light?
Okay, I do not say that the aether band bends light. I say it's distorted. It distorts the image. If you want to describe it as bending, that's fine with me, okay? I am not going to say that light is bending down and then making the image appear higher. I can't prove that to you guys. I can't demonstrate that to you. I'm not going to make that claim. I'm saying that the image that I'm looking at right now, I have a tractor trailer in front of me. Clear as day. Great, I can see it nice and... Now, if I back up a mile, the image is going to get distorted. I'm not going to tell you, oh yeah, the light from that is bending down to the ground and it's coming back up, and you can't show me that. You can't show that to me. Now, the aurora borealis has nothing to do with the black swan because the aurora borealis is in the fucking sky. We're talking about looking over aquatic or terrestrial distance, not up into the air. Okay, it's not the same.
Okay. So, what about the other images? They aren't part of the conversation either.
What other images?
The water through the straw, because that's just a mirage. What about any mirage?
What about them, Sean? I mean,
what about them? If it's over land, do you want me to show you some over land as well?
Sure, if you want to. Sure, knock yourself out.
All right. Well, I'm trying to understand what's your issue then. If you're saying that light doesn't refract.
No, I did not say that.
Air.
I did not say that.
So I'm starting to doubt your claims of what the ether band is then.
Refraction is the distortion of an image that you're looking at due to distance, height, angle of view, as well as the conditions through which you're looking. Okay? Your image gets distorted. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay, that's perfect. I mean, we already know that happens.
Right, that's the obstruction. Okay, there is no curvature.
So where is the obstruction? Where is the obstruction in the ether band for any of the other images that you've had? The ones where it clearly shows that there's something else there, where the refraction band is behind the obstruction of the boat.
Okay, you're describing something right now that you seem to have an idea in your mind that you're communicating to me. I don't know what you're describing and I can't see it, so I don't think that I can have an adequate response to you. I don't know what you're talking about right now. Are you talking about one of my images?
Yeah, one of your images.
So are you making this shit up, or are you describing something that you know is an image of mine?
I know it's an image of yours. Actually, we had the conversation on this Hangout shoot. Was that like 6 months ago or something? We went over that image.
Can you be more... Okay. So I don't recognize what you're talking
about. Let me think. It was the Anacapa Islands, and there was I do believe it was a fishing boat that was out there. White, red trim. And the fishing boat had a clear horizon line. And then in the background, where there was a fold line from the refraction, there was an entirely different horizon.
Yep. Right. I'm actually going over that right now. I did a part with Sean's hang. I'm planning on doing a part 2. It's just taking me. So, what's your question?
Well, okay. So you're saying that the obstruction is only due to the refraction, but you can clearly see the refraction line behind the horizon line.
That's because you have a different object that's creating a new vanishing line.
Wait, what? There's a new vanishing line now? So the camera has 2 different viewing angles? Is that what you're saying?
Okay, listen. If you go to one of my recent videos, and I call it the disclosing, introducing the disclosing, okay, I show you an image where there are 5 boats. Those 5 different boats are at 5. They each have their own vanishing line because the conditions of refraction are creating their own mirage. Each boat has each boat at a on the.
Travis, I think you should stop calling it refraction. Maybe come up with maybe think up a new word for it as you already have.
Yeah, as much as you guys bitch and moan about
because refraction literally means bending of light. So if you're saying that the light isn't bending and the image is just distorted, just call it distorted.
I didn't say that it's not bending. Okay, you guys seem to be
argument
fixed.
is you keep yelling at Barney to show you evidence that light bends into our eye, and now you're saying that you're not saying refraction doesn't bend light.
I got an idea.
No, listen. The way that he's describing it is too specific. Okay, you can describe
too specific?
in the air. Okay, you can describe.
I'm not vague enough.
No. What I mean is, I'm not going to make any specific claims that I can't demonstrate. I'm comfortable with describing refraction as simply distorting light. Now, if you listen to my chat, I had some baller troll come on Saturday, and we did like 30 minutes, and we had a discussion. I put it up on just yesterday or the day before. Okay, so in that discussion, he was talking about light bending down and then bending up, and I said to him, I can describe light as not only bending down, but bending up and bending to the left, bending to the right, bending at a 45-degree angle and a 60-degree angle and a 42-degree angle. It goes everywhere. That's light. If you want to call that light bending, that's fine with me. But the thing is that when you guys talk about light bending, and at least as far as I understand it, and Barney's display of the laser beam in the tank, that's the idea. It bends down and then presents the image up. Okay? Now, you can't show that in a photo. You can't show me that.
It's not bending down. It is bending towards the denser medium.
Okay.
It doesn't matter in which direction.
That's insane. It's not bending up, Barney.
What?
It's not bending up. It's bending down.
Yes, it is bending up when the denser medium is above the thinner medium. Then it is bending up. It is always bending towards the denser medium.
You can't.
That
You can't show me that in any of my photos. You can't point with your finger and say, "Look, that light is bending toward the denser medium."
You're asking us to show you air.
You're right. I cannot show it to you in your photos, right? But I can show it to you with practical experiments, one after the other. And when I start listing them, and I list 10 of them, and you say, well, one of those is not one that we live in, that is not a counter-argument. It shows that all light bends towards the denser medium.
You cannot extrapolate what you produce in a fish tank of water. You cannot extrapolate that out. That's like that. You can't
do it. Of course you can. Of course you can. Why not?
Show me how you can do it, Barney. I mean, Big Blue. Show me.
What do you mean? What do you mean? You see it. It happens in the fish tank.
Show me. I don't. No,
you've not seen that. Okay, we'll find.
That's a laser beam, Big Blue. That's a laser beam. I'm talking about daylight.
Oh, now it needs to be daylight. Is there any particular
That's
flavor
what we see, Big Blue. That's what we see. What the hell? I don't see laser beams. I see daylight. I don't see laser beams. I see Chris's kitchen. I see Popeye's. I see Popeye's Louisiana kitchen. I see Dick's Sporting Goods. I see images because light is in front of me. If you want to think that you can describe what the fuck you think light is doing a mile ahead of me.
Wait, lasers aren't light?
Okay, you guys are not this fucking stupid. Did I say lasers are not light?
Yes.
Did I say that?
And what you're saying right now, you are trying to say lasers are not light.
No, that's an absolute stupid claim to make. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Stupid.
That's what I was saying.
No, he didn't say that. He didn't say that. He said lasers are not daylight.
That's correct. So it's a non sequitur.
So, if I take daylight and take a darkened room and make a small pinhole so that light only comes through that pinhole, would that be daylight enough for you?
It's not going to do what the laser beam does.
It is.
Go everywhere.
Oh yeah, it will.
No,
it is. That's how we. No. That's how those laws of optics were first described.
Awesome.
That is literally what Newton did, and what is done regularly. What?
Yeah. Don't keep talking. Show me.
Don't keep talking. I just stepped out.
You just said. Show me what you just said. Show it to me.
Wait, are you talking about? You're talking about when? No, oh, okay, I can find that.
He just said. If you have a darkened room, and if you put a pinprick through the wall and let light in, that it's going to do the same thing that a laser beam does. I'm saying, show me.
Yes. If you run it through a medium which is denser in one direction.
Oh my God!
I cannot show.
We don't live. I don't live right now. Okay, in a room that's dark, in a 20 by 20 room that has air in it. There's no denser medium in there. The light is going to go everywhere, guys. It's not going to go in a straight line and then bend down toward the floor because it's denser. That doesn't happen. Oh. Well, what if we put helium or hexafluoride in there? Well, yeah. Yes. Why don't you just change the fucking variables? We don't hexafluoride.
No. Fuck, guys? Do whatever you want to change the density and the index of refraction, right? Whatever you want, and you will always see it curving towards the denser medium.
No, you won't. You cannot.
Yes, you will.
Absolutely, you will. Absolutely, you will. You want to try to do an experiment in air that requires miles and miles and miles of atmosphere to make it happen, Travis.
Travis,
show me.
Show me it doesn't happen. Can you show me it doesn't happen?
We've shown it to you, Travis.
No,
you see it in the pictures that I showed a while ago.
Yeah, you're showing.
If that's not light bending, I will kiss your stupid ass.
Okay, I didn't say light doesn't bend. I didn't say that. I said I'm choosing.
You do this then, Travis. How about this? Because you talk in so many goddamn circles, nobody can ever pin you down. It's impossible. Why don't you write a 1-page or 2-page position paper on what the fuck it is you do believe? Why don't you do that, okay? So that we can all understand it, because nobody can understand your double talking bullshit, Travis.
I don't think you guys are interested in what I think, because I've said this stuff again. I say it all the time. Okay? I am not going to say that light bends down and then presents an image up. Okay? Now, Barney wants me to create another word, refraction. I don't know why I have to do that. Refraction bends light everywhere. Everywhere. It bends it in every direction, not just down, not just up.
Not just down, not just up. I have said that. It does. There is no preferred direction. The direction it bends light is towards the denser medium. In every example of refraction, it bends it towards the denser medium.
You can't show that in a photograph.
Yes, you can.
Describe
you have the data for it.
No, that's incorrect.
That's correct.
Okay, listen.
It's definitely correct.
No, it's okay, Sean. Okay. Yep. When you say if you have the data.
Yep. Water temperature, air temperature, time of day.
Okay. Right. All that does is describe the water temperature and the air temperature. You cannot show me in any of my pictures water temperature and the air temperature dancing together, seeing a heavier at the bottom, and then where you can't show that to me. If you want to describe it, if you want to describe it that way.
If you had the data, you could.
No, all you can do is choose to describe. Yes. Okay, Sean.
Yes, sir.
All you can do is take the information of what you consider data and then give it a description with your words and say that the 72 degrees of air temperature and the 76 degrees of water temperature is doing X. But you can't show it.
Yes, I can.
Go ahead.
Oh, show me some data from your photos and we can do that.
Okay.
How about this, Travis? Give me the pictures from the day I was there I can 100% do it. Why? Because I know the day, so I can get all the data I need. I just need the photos.
No, how about you do this? You look up all the data.
No,
hold on. I'm not going to give you the cherry on top until you build the sundae, okay? You get all the data, and you tell me what
Travis, time out. Now you're saying I have to get all the data before you'll give me those.
That's what my agreement with Barney was. My agreement with Barney.
Travis, that wasn't our agreement. And we didn't have any agreement like that. And we didn't have an agreement like that. But no. Travis, how about this? How about this, Travis? I don't want the fucking pictures. I don't want them. I don't want one. Don't give me any of them. Don't worry about it.
Okay, listen, Sean. Okay, this is going down a road that I wasn't intending it to. I wasn't trying to contradict the fact that I was going to give you the photos. What you're bringing up right now is a different discussion, and that's what I'm saying about the data that I'm going to give you. What I'm saying is, if you want to look up the temperature, the humidity, the air pressure, all you want to look up, okay?
Yep.
And then make a prediction. And then try to that your prediction matches my image, right? Mm-hmm. So part of Rumpus' claim to me was, I can predict, he said, I can predict an inferior mirage. I don't want you to predict an inferior mirage. I don't give a shit about the inferior mirage. I want you to tell me what the inferior mirage is going to do to my image, because when I show you, Rumpus, my image, you're going to tell me that's exactly what the curve calculator says that you should give, okay? So it's not the fact that you're predicting an inferior mirage, you're predicting what my image should look like. And I don't believe anybody can do that.
You're right. I'm not going to predict.
Yes, you're right.
Because the image is already there, and I will show you that the data is correct in why those images. In the same way, I would ask you to do the same thing with my images that I showed you, because now you were asking the same thing.
Again, describing the conditions is not going to tell you what your image is going to look like.
No, it's going to tell me why the image is what we see.
It's going to tell you whether there is or isn't a mirage. It is going to tell you how much the average looming will be. It is not going to tell you those there was a denser patch of air here, so this patch of light went slightly left, and there's a little bit of lensing there. And no, that nobody can tell you that, because that's too much detail. You cannot get that much data. You would need to get.
Nor can you. It's not about predicting, Travis, at all.
It is about predicting, because that's what
the image is already taken. The image is already taken, and we're matching them. It's not a prediction. It's exactly what Barney just. It's exactly what Barney.
You don't know.
It's exactly what Barney just said. It would verify what we are seeing. That's all it's going to do.
Okay, I'm not asking the question that you guys are trying to answer right now, okay? I'm not trying to figure out what the air temperature is and what the water temperature is. I'm looking at the image, okay? The image is my data. So the image, again, hold on. The image shows a distorted lighthouse, or it shows a distorted oil platform. And it shows a particular horizon at a particular location.
Yep.
Now, when I go back, when I go back 2 days later, that horizon is going to be in a different place.
Može kavu? Aha, onda nema kave. Dobro.
I don't know what the fuck you said, but this sounded cool as fuck.
So, was I unmuted? I'm so sorry.
Oh, don't worry, we don't understand it. But Travis, see, here's the thing. It's not about predicting, because the image has already been taken. It's literally what Barney said. It will verify whether or not what we're seeing there is a mirage or not.
That's not the issue. It's not the issue, guys. I don't.
Wait. I want to disagree with Sean. Right?
God damn it.
Because we can predict certain things. Right? There is a measure of prediction that I'm certain that I can do without seeing the image, if I have accurate enough data.
Yeah, okay.
But but what he is describing as the result that he wants to get is practically me recreating the image and telling him where each little bit is going to flex. No, I can tell you whether there's going to be a mirage. I can tell you how much of looming you're going to get, so how high in the image above the horizon. I can tell you how much of that building will be obstructed to some accuracy, to a reasonable accuracy, right?
That's what I'm saying.
But I can't tell you exactly, like, this window will be. Yes, I can.
No, you
yes,
can't.
I can, but not if you give me the coordinates of a nearby intersection.
Listen, just all you have to do. I gave you the coordinates, okay? So,
okay, and I input those coordinates and got a nearby intersection. Therefore, no altitude and no line of sight.
Altitude is 5 feet off the ground. I mean, listen, I'm going to go through my pictures right now because I have my Havre de Grace screenshot. So carry on and do whatever you want while I'm looking for this. I'm going to send it to you right now. You know?
Right. And I can get some degree of accuracy just assuming that the Earth is uniform all around. I can get more accuracy if I get access to the geoid database. I can get some data off the meteorological website for Ontario, and I can get more if I actually contact the meteorological station at Ontario and ask them for the readings from the nearest, right? So I can increase my accuracy somewhat. I cannot give you a perfect description of the image. That there is not enough data
which
there.
is still asking more than enough to verify what we're trying to explain.
The problem is when we show you guys images, it has been said that's exactly what the curve calculator predicts. You can't verify that. You can't prove that. All you're doing is trying to say that your math that you're crunching, your symbols of whatever you put in your math, lambda, delta over phi, beta, whatever, you're saying that this symbolic language equals exactly what your picture is. Now, that's what I'm saying. The reason why I'm calling you out on this is because in these discussions where we show you images, the response by Rumpus is that's exactly what we should expect to see.
Travis, I fully agree with you. That last statement was absolutely correct, right? I cannot bring you reality. The thing that I can do is describe reality to within certain margins. And that is the crux of this debate, right? I can describe it to some accuracy, but what you're offering is a blank assertion with no descriptive power. There is nothing you can predict from your description of reality, yet you are asking me to supplant my understanding of the universe with what you're offering, to deny that the Earth is a globe, even though there is literal proof that the Earth is a globe.
Yeah, great. So here it is. Prove to me or provide me any evidence where I have to predict something.
What?
Because that's not what I'm doing. I'm not making a prediction, guys.
We understand that, Travis. But I don't
yeah,
know.
but he just said, yeah, but Barney just said that my inability to describe anything is predicated upon my ability to predict something. But I'm not making predictions. I can still describe what I'm seeing and why I'm seeing it.
But your level of accuracy is going to be skewed.
You can do some predictions.
My level of accuracy is going to be skewed because of what?
The amount of data that you're willing to obtain.
It depends on what you want me to do, Sean. What you want me to do, I don't need the data for. I don't need any data except for the image.
Okay, then your accuracy and your observation is going to be limited.
and you're going to have to prove that. I don't believe
It's
that's
easy,
true.
okay.
I believe that I can describe exactly what's going on with accuracy.
There's an experiment I always
So
want to
the statement I would give to that is, yeah, fine, I agree with you. I don't know if the Earth is a globe. However, the Earth is best described by a geoid with the laws of optics such as they are, and refraction being what I have presented. Why? Because it works in describing. It works in explaining, describing, and predicting.
Okay, but
now, if you have a better way of doing that, now your description is a description. Fine, it's useless to me. I don't see why I should even take it into account. It is completely irrelevant, right? Now, if you want me to consider your position, you gotta give me something. You have to give me a reason, except of, well, you don't know, you might be wrong, you should therefore believe what I say and think of it that way, right? Again, I accept my epistemic uncertainty. I accept my epistemic uncertainty. That does not mean that I just take anybody else's word, no matter what it is, and how much or how little it makes sense.
Again, what I hear you putting on me to have the burden to bear is a prediction, okay? So, if we're talking about, here's my claim, guys. This is my claim once again. It is not Earth curve that is the cause of the observation of ships or lighthouses or oil platforms being obscured from the bottom up.
What you should say is you don't believe it is.
No, I'm not going to be a pussyfoot about it. No, it's absolutely not curvature.
No. But
it's absolutely not curvature.
It is.
It's absolutely not curvature. Okay.
Okay, and now present an argument for that statement that does not fall down against the same arguments that you leveled against my understanding.
Okay, so let me finish my.
It has to stand up. It has to stand up better.
Okay, let me finish my claim. Right. That was the negative. The negative is it's not Earth curve. The positive is it is always, only, and ever will be due to refraction. So if we're looking at, hold on. Okay, so I'm trying to unpack. Hold on, I'm trying to unpack what Barney has said. So when you talk about the fact that my observation and description falls short because it doesn't have predictive capabilities, but yours does. Okay, I would like to try to understand what it is that you are predicting, right?
You're focusing singularly on prediction. I gave 3 criteria.
Okay, so what predictive, are the other 2?
Predictive, descriptive, and explanatory.
Yeah, so I've got the other 2. I don't need prediction.
No, you don't, because it doesn't. Oh, right. Sorry. Fair enough. Okay, I will move the goalpost just a little bit more. It also has to be coherent.
Okay,
right?
Well,
it has to work together with other things that we observe.
It does. You just have to change your perspective and broaden your ability to apply the principles. That's why I make my argument. Hold on, just real quick.
Okay, consider me a tabula rasa. Consider me completely. I will try to negate everything that I know. Now you have asserted something. You have said it is so. Now present me with an argument that will convince me that it is so. How can I get to the same conclusion as you?
Okay, I have videos on my channel where you can look up things that I've described already. I have tutorials. Okay. I have playlists where I have done this. I'm not going to be able to persuade you. I'm not trying to persuade you. I just want you to be open to the consideration of an alternative explanation. Okay?
I'm always open, but there is nothing that has been provided, and I'm going to now pull a Travis and say, no. Show me now. Present your argument. Explain it to me. Convince me. Give me a reason to believe that assertion that you have made.
Okay. What is it that you want me to provide for you? Because I'm at work right now. I don't have my computer. What does that mean?
Because I was telling you that I was not in my house. I'm on a cell phone, I'm outside, and you just kept repeating, no, none of what you say none of what you say matters. You have to show me, you have to show me now.
Barney, you're
What?
asking me to provide
I'm literally just treating you the way you treat me.
No,
I'm just
not at all.
mirroring you.
You were arguing something. I was calling you out on your argumentation. You're asking me right now to provide you with something that I don't have because I'm not at home. That's not the same thing. I can give you an argument. I just can't show you anything in terms of pictures and videos, but I can argue. I can present you verbally.
Have I asked you to show me pictures? I have asked you to present an argument for the assertion that you have just made. And you've then said, oh, well, there's a lot of stuff on my channel. That's not an argument. That's a statement that there is a lot of stuff on your channel. What is the argument? What supports your claim? Why isn't it flat? Oh, why isn't it round? Why is nothing due to curvature and everything is due to quote unquote refraction, which is not refraction?
Okay, I've already said it in this stream so far. I'll say it again. I can show and demonstrate that refraction at short distances obscures objects either completely or in part. Okay, I can show that inferior miraging hides things behind the mirage. We cannot see the shoreline. We cannot see cannonballs. We cannot see the bodies of ships or sailboats because they are behind the distortion due to the refractive index. Okay? Does that make sense to you?
How do you know what the refractive index is?
And I can equally well, and I can equally well explain it through refraction, though my refraction is consistent with all of the other refractions, examples of refraction that exist, and yours is necessarily the opposite of everything that we see about refraction.
You're missing the point. I'm not arguing the dynamics of refraction. That's not what I'm arguing. I'm arguing that refraction is the obstruction. So if I have something at a mile away and it is obstructed due to refraction, it's not curvature. I can't see that boat. Why not? Not because of curvature, because there's a mirage in front of me. Same thing at 3 miles, same thing at 5 miles, same thing at 9 miles. It's not curvature.
Why is that explanation better than the one that I already have? Given that mine,
Barney,
that makes it better.
It's the alternative. You're, as far as I know, I don't want to misrepresent you, Barney. Okay, but if you see a boat, if you see a boat at X distance, and it looks as though that boat is missing the bottom, is your explanation that it's 100% refraction, or is your explanation that it's behind the curve of the Earth?
My understanding is that if it weren't for refraction, I shouldn't be seeing that boat at all. It would all be behind the curve of the Earth.
Okay, that was a non-answer.
Oh, sorry, I didn't understand the question in that case.
Okay. When you see a boat and you think that it's blocked from the bottom up, you can't see the bottom of it. Is the bottom of the boat blocked by physical water?
Yes. Okay. Mostly. No, not always.
Look at this.
Not always.
Yeah, whatever.
Not always.
I'm done. Whatever.
Why can't he answer the question?
Because he's not answering it. He says yes. Oh wait, not always. Oh, but you guys. This is insane. Okay, I'm telling you that I can. I'm showing. I can tell you. And
have you stopped beating your wife?
I don't beat my wife.
That's not the answer to the question. That's literally what you're doing to me, right? You asked me, I answered. I first answered with a direct answer, and then putting qualifiers.
You know that the question that you just asked me is a fallacy. Okay, you know that. The question. So the question that you have asked has been answered. I have answered it directly.
right?
No, you didn't answer my question.
How didn't I?
Okay, here we go.
Did I say?
Okay,
Did
Hold on.
I say
Let me
yes?
play it out.
Did
Let
I
me
say
play it out.
yes?
No, you
Did
didn't.
I say yes?
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. I said yes, but not always.
Okay. Why do you have to make a qualification? Just say yes, Barney.
Because it's not as simple as a yes or no. In the same way that when I ask you, have you stopped beating your wife? You can't just say no. You have to say, I've never beaten my wife, right? Because the answer is not as simple as a yes or no. Because the answer of yes,
This
the
is
answer
the
of yes,
insanity of your world. This is the insanity of your world. Okay, listen to me, Barney.
the answer of yes implies things that I'm not ready to state because I know better.
Barney, if you ask me a question for which you have no basis to ask me, okay, it's a non sequitur, it's a fucking fallacy. So if you say with no basis, no evidence,
Travis,
have you stopped beating your wife yet? No, listen, no.
Travis,
you guys laugh.
Travis, relax.
You guys laugh and joke and act like I'm the fucking idiot, okay? It's a non-fucking sequitur, Barney, to ask me if I've stopped beating my wife if you have no evidence that I ever did. It's a non-sequitur, okay? It doesn't follow. So
it's a question with no simple answer. It's a question that it would be misleading to answer yes or no.
Fucking sequitur. It's not a question that's difficult to answer. It's not a question that's difficult to answer.
No, it's a question that's difficult to answer with a simple yes or no. As is the question that you have asked me. I need to put in qualifiers?
No, it's not.
I have to put in qualifiers because yes is not an absolute statement. Yes, I do. Because otherwise I would be lying. I would be misstating what I believe. And you have asked me what I believe.
No, I didn't. I said...
You said, if you see a ship behind a curve, do you believe that it is hidden due to the curvature? If you see the ship hidden behind the horizon, do you believe that it is hidden due to curvature? And I said yes, but not always.
Okay, what the fuck does not always mean? When is it not curvature?
That there are other things that can obstruct it.
Like what, Barney?
Haze, fog,
miraging,
smoke, miraging, birds, rain, bad eyes, shit, bad camera, bad. I mean, there's a lot of things.
Okay.
Okay.
Again.
So yes, but not always. From my understanding, the reason why I see any of it at all, I geometrically shouldn't be able to.
This is the wizardry. This is the wizardry of the insanity of your side. Okay.
This is sincerity.
When have you ever qualified that an object that is allegedly going over the curve is only 100% refraction? Right. So
never.
Okay, then it is curvature. There's no reason to qualify it. Okay, if curvature is 10% blocking the ship, then it's curvature. Just say yes. There's no reason to qualify it. If curvature ever blocks a ship from the bottom up, then curvature blocks a ship from the bottom up. That's a simple yes.
Yes, okay. In that sense, yes. Absolutely. Yes.
Fuck. Okay? Now, I'm saying to you that I can demonstrate with nothing but refraction that refraction is always what blocks objects because the effect always presents itself the same way, whether it's at a mile, whether it's at 3 miles, whether it's at 9 miles, whether it's at 20 miles. You have the same effect so that you don't see the bottom of an object. But if it's refraction and only refraction at a mile, that means it's never curvature. It's always refraction.
Okay, so here's a caricature example. There is a hill that is 50 meters in front of you, and I'm standing slightly beyond the crest of that hill, and you can't see half of me. I am being obstructed by the curvature of the fucking earth. And since that example exists and the way that you have qualified your question, my answer would have to be yes. Because there is
Barney,
an instance where I would see something obstructed, and it would be obstructed by curvature of the earth.
Stupid. You're not stupid, so stop being
But that's the way you have posed the question to stop me from qualifying it.
Oh my
If
God.
we're talking about horizons, then the answer is not a simple yes or no.
This is the insanity of the heliocentric model.
So
Barney,
you have so far in this hangout, you have called me stupid, you have called me insane, you have talked about me so fucking much. You have still not given me any reason why your explanation and your description is a better explanation or description.
Yes,
Go ahead. You haven't. You have asked me a question instead of.
I can show you and demonstrate to you the same effects that you see at farther distances where you think that a boat is obscured because of curvature. I can show you that same image at a shorter distance where it's impossible for it to be curvature and exclusively refraction. Okay? And if I show you at 3 miles a sailboat on the Chesapeake Bay, if I show you that sailboat in the refractive zone, and all you can see is the sail mirrored on itself, and
what is
in
the refracted zone?
It's the mirage. Okay, in that spot where the vanishing line starts. The vanishing line is where the mirage starts, and then the mirage ends.
Where it starts and ends?
It's like you fucking don't watch my channel. I had like 15 hours where I discussed the vanishing line. Okay, Jose J.G. Gonzalez pointed out the Georgia State University.edu hyperphysics link where they go over mirages. In there, it describes what happens in an inferior mirage. It says that when the mirage begins, that's where the vanishing line is. The vanishing line means that everything below and behind that line is blocked by the mirage. It's still there. You just can't see it.
There can be more than one vanishing line.
Okay, I've already said that in this fucking stream, so yeah, you're right. Okay, listen.
Okay.
Now, my point is, if I can show you a sailboat at 3 miles or 4 miles away across the Chesapeake Bay, and that sailboat is being obscured and vanished by the mirage, and then I show you on a different day a boat that's smaller than that sailboat, farther away, and you can see it's down to the water.
Yes.
It's not the curvature of the Earth.
Why?
Further away means you are at a higher altitude than the first
No.
observation.
No. Same altitude, same place, different days. I fully understand that situation.
That's the same situation at 20 miles.
Yes.
It's not fucking curvature.
You said 3 miles in the beginning.
Yes, it is.
It's not. God damn it! It's like you guys don't. You guys, Barney, you are so brilliant, dude. So brilliant. Okay, this is so simple. I'm looking across the Chesapeake Bay. The horizon on the Chesapeake Bay. Okay, listen. The horizon on the Chesapeake Bay changes. It moves.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, that's not curvature.
That is to be expected.
That's not curvature. That horizon is not curvature. Therefore, on the ocean,
if there was no curvature, there would never be a horizon. Now,
that is
a
false.
different wait.
No,
a differing horizon.
That's absolutely false. That's an absolutely idiotic claim to make. That is
okay. Go ahead. Present your argument. Why is it false?
Because it's created by refraction. That's where the horizon comes from.
That does not explain why my statement is false.
Wait, so
you
Travis,
just said. Hold on.
I agree that it can change due to refraction. The distance, how far you can see, can
You just
change due
said
to
that on a
refraction.
flat Earth. You just said that on a flat Earth there should be no horizon. That's not
Yes.
correct. That's not correct.
It is.
Fuck! I just said the horizon is due to refraction. That's why you have a
Okay.
horizon.
So, and I have just said that you are wrong, and you have just said that I am wrong, and now we need to present arguments to see who is actually wrong. You saying that I am wrong louder does not make a good argument.
I'm repeating myself because it's very simple. It's very simple. Okay?
Okay, go ahead.
The reason why there is a horizon is because of refraction in both worlds.
True.
In both worlds.
Not true.
Okay. Now present the argument for that. Why would that be so? Now, if your argument is that we can see further on one day than on the other day, yes, I have an argument that explains that. I know why that happens. Because if the density of the air changes and the density gradient changes, then the curve of the light will be different, and on one day things beyond the geometric horizon will be illumined more, and on the other day they will be illumined less. Now, given the optics that we know, everything must be illumined because we can measure the density of air down here and up there, and we can see that it's denser down here than up there. Therefore, all light is bending downwards to some degree, depending on what the density gradient is on a given day. That means that from the geometric horizon, if there is more refraction, I can see further. It's not merely that I'm saying, oh, you can see further or you can see less. I'm telling you how and why. That is the argument. Now, how does your model, but you're not describing it, you're not presenting the argument, you're just asserting that you can.
I don't have to describe it the way you did.
So,
it's high refraction, it's low refraction. That's it. The reason why we can see farther.
Hang on, I have a question. Okay, I just put a picture in the chat, and it's in response to something you said, Travis. You said, Travis, the horizon is there because of refraction. Okay, well, now you're looking at a picture of over land. Can you show me the refraction and show me where the horizon is in this picture that is due to refraction?
Sorry, I was muted. I muted myself. Give me 1 second. I gotta check in. I'll be right back. Hold on. Sorry.
Okay. Because the reason I'm asking this is because Travis said something that really irked. He said the horizon is due to refraction. Okay, well, in this image, there is a horizon.
No, 16.
And I would need to know how refraction makes the horizon in this image.
Okay, so you're talking about that landscape, Sean?
It's a mountainscape, but yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you've got the mountain that the person is on, the mountain that's in the middle, foreground, and then the mountain that's in the background, right?
Yep.
Okay, so the mountain in the background creates the horizon. That's where the horizon is.
But that's not, you said refraction creates the horizon.
On the water, okay? On the water.
But the horizon is the same here in this image as it is in the water.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Sean, how far away is that
definition?
mountain?
What's the definition of the
How far
horizon?
away is that mountain?
What is the definition? What is the definition of the horizon?
The definition of the horizon that I will go with is the apparent meeting of the sky and either land and
Okay, therefore, yes, exactly. Therefore, your statement that refraction creates the horizon is wrong.
on water.
Nope. You've already stated that the horizon is the apparent.
I was talking about water. I'm sorry that
you said land or water. You said it in that definition, which was correct.
Fuck. Okay, listen to me. If we go back to what I said originally about the horizon being created by refraction, I was talking about water. Now that you have brought up this picture, and you bring up terrestrial horizon, my definition includes terrestrial or aquatic. A horizon on the water is not going to be the same distance that you have on terrestrial. It's not. This
Why?
mountain range, okay, the ship that you showed a little while ago, right? That ship had a horizon.
Yep.
Okay. Mountain.
Say again, you were breaking up.
The horizon that is below the ship that you showed earlier, is that horizon the same distance as that distant mountain in this image here?
Different elevation.
Is that a no?
It's a different elevation, so obviously it's a no.
Okay, so then the horizon isn't in the same place for water and the land. It's not same place.
So when you are at your parking spot, are you telling me your horizon is at the same location as when you go 400 feet up?
Why are we talking about
because I'll tell you exactly why. Because you said the horizon is due to the refraction.
The water, John.
Okay,
on
and then
the
you
water.
said no. Yeah, but you're wrong.
I'm not wrong.
You're wrong.
Sean,
I'm sorry. You're wrong.
Okay, when I'm looking out over the Chesapeake Bay,
or
I'm looking out over the Channel Islands, the horizon on the water in those instances is created by refraction.
Sometimes. And sometimes there's refraction on the horizon. Okay, I get it.
It's always on the horizon, Sean. It's always on the horizon.
Yeah, it doesn't create it though.
Yes, it does.
It doesn't. Okay, so then there's no horizon. There's no horizon. There's no horizon when there's no refraction, you're saying?
There is always refraction.
I'm trying to get. Hold on. I have to switch my headphones because my phone is.
The only way you get no refraction is if you have a completely uniform atmosphere, meaning equal density at all points.
Who's talking about no refraction?
Sean.
But I was asking him if there's no horizon, because that's okay. Here's the thing. You said, okay, so let me make this clear. You said the horizon is created by refraction over water. I asked you to read what was the definition of the horizon. You said a place where the sky and the land or water apparently meet. The definition of that is the same thing over water or land. The same thing. You asked me if the horizons were the same distances, which is an absurd thing to ask me because one picture is at 6,000 feet up and the other ones are at 6 feet.
Okay.
But the horizons are the same thing, and refraction does not create the horizon. Sorry.
Yes, it does.
That's why I was asking the Hill question.
Okay, listen. Right? Okay, listen. The horizon at in the image that you just put up of that mountain range, that image that you put of that mountain range.
Yep.
The distant horizon is so far away that there's no definition to it. It's affected by refraction.
I'd say haze.
That mountain range.
I'm going to say haze.
Okay, that mountain range in the background is affected by refraction, so it is probably.
No, I'd say haze.
Okay, that's fine. I'd like to just finish my point.
I know, but my point is, but you weren't correct. I was correcting you.
You're not correct.
No, I took Travis. I took that picture, and I can tell you right now, the reason that mountain in the background looks the way it does is the haze.
Okay,
you're telling me no. You're telling me no.
No, Sean, I'm not disagreeing that there's haze there.
Okay,
I'm not disagreeing. I'm saying that if you want to include, can someone go on mute? You're breathing really loud. I don't know if that's Barney or not.
Probably me. I thought I was muted. But no. Travis,
Hold on,
just
hold
answer
on,
him the
real
question.
quick.
You don't have to qualify it. Just answer him the question. Sorry.
No, I agree.
If you want
Travis,
to,
hold on. Let me explain what Sean means because I was confused. Sean, you mean that far objects or the horizon should have like bad opacity or not clear, so we have like gradient reaching the horizon.
Well, yeah, in this image, the horizon isn't going to be as defined as over the ocean because of the haze.
So you're looking for that gradient of haze to the horizon on the ocean to prove that the Earth is flat.
No, I'm not proving anything over flat. We live on a fucking globe.
No, I mean, if I look at the horizon on the ocean and I see that the haze is, the concentration of the haze is gradually reaching the horizon. This means the horizon is so far that it's very affected by the things by the vapor or whatever in the air. But when it's clear cut, this means that it's not that far.
That's what. Yeah, I think that's what Travis would say.
I don't even know what he just said. I have no clue what he just said.
I'm kind of What I'm asking Travis is to explain, because the realization is that what we're looking at in that mountain picture, we have a horizon. Where the horizon is in this image, I can give a shit less. How well we could see it doesn't matter. The point is that it is there, and I can guarantee you that we're not looking at any inferior miraging in this image. I'm telling you now.
Right. I don't claim that refraction is always expressed as an inferior mirage.
No. You said refraction creates the horizon, and that's wrong.
It's not wrong, Sean.
No, it's wrong.
I can demonstrate it, Sean.
Okay, go ahead. I just demonstrated you're wrong, so I don't know how you can demonstrate that I'm wrong.
Again, I'm not at my computer. I don't have an image to show you.
Well, that's the thing. I'm at my computer, I showed you an image that shows you that you're wrong.
No, you are interpreting the data in a certain way, and you are asserting that I'm incorrect.
No. I'm 100% that you're wrong in the fact that my mountain picture does have a horizon, and your ocean pictures have a horizon, and refraction didn't create both of them. Therefore, your reasoning behind how the horizon is created is wrong.
Sean.
Yes, sir.
Okay, listen.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I'm not trying to cause a battle with you, but you're getting a little bit... Yeah, you're getting a little bit snarky right now because you said yes, okay, well, like you're not listening.
Yeah, because I keep saying I'm showing you this and you say no, and then I go, but I'm showing this and you're going no.
I know because you're okay. Listen, you're trying to address me in a way that came up after I made a certain statement about a horizon on water. Uh-huh. What I said earlier about the horizon being created by refraction, even though I didn't qualify myself, I apologize for not qualifying myself, but I was referring to aquatic observations. When we see the horizon on the water, that is created 100% by refraction. When you brought up after that, because you brought up the terrestrial picture, and then you asked me about the horizon, I included both that the horizon is where the sky and the water apparently meet, or the sky and the land apparently meet. My qualification of what creates the horizon on water is what I was talking about when I said that it's always refraction. Okay?
Okay, so then what you're saying is that the horizon over the water, the fact that it's called the offing, is incorrect. In that the horizon should, when they describe the horizon, the definition should say where the sky and the water meet the refraction to create the horizon. That's what Wiki should say then.
Well, I mean, if you want to get into that technicality, we say, the sun rises, right? The sun rises. When you go out with your girl and you go out and watch the sun rise. Is that what you say? Let's go watch the sunrise.
Yeah,
Okay. Is the sun really rising or is the earth turning?
it's rotating. It appears to rise. Yeah.
Okay, right. So you don't make the qualification, bro. You just say what it looks like.
No. I'm very aware that it appears to rise, and it's not really
So that's
rising. I know
so
that.
if you want to get down to the nitty-gritty of being that pedantic about bringing in refraction,
Why is it got to be so pedantic?
that's what you're saying. You're saying that Wikipedia should be that pedantic, that it's going to break everything down to the minutia. I don't think that that's necessary. I'm perfectly happy with saying that it's where the sky and the water apparently meet.
Okay, so is there a source that will say that the horizon is created due to refraction?
Right. Great question, Sean. This is the whole thing, right, bro? Okay. This is where Big Blue will say to me, "Show me a quotation where it says that centripetal force isn't real." I can't, because in your world you believe centripetal force is real.
Travis, you live in the same world I do.
Hold on. No, we don't. No, I don't live on a spinning ball. I don't.
No, you live on a rotating sphere.
No, I do not.
Spheroid
No,
Earth.
I do.
You do. I'm sorry.
Regardless of what you believe, you live in the same world as I do. And regardless of what I believe, you live in the same world as I do.
That is
okay,
true.
Fine. If you want to be that pedantic, fine. We describe the world differently. I cannot provide for you.
Well, someone's correct and someone's wrong.
I agree. I cannot provide for you a citation where the description of the horizon will include refraction as part of its description. But I think that, and I've said this on my show, guys, I've said this, even if there's not an inferior mirage, there is some sort of refractive mirage that is happening, even though there's not a mirror image. There is something going on that is causing the obstruction, and it has been misclassified, it has been misdiagnosed, it has been misunderstood and misrepresented because, so for instance, you've seen that image of the sailboat that looks like it's floating up in the air, right? Like the Flying Dutchman kind of a thing, right?
Yeah, the photo that was incorrectly describing looming, yes. Okay,
so whatever. So on the Georgia State EDU site that Jose J.G. Gonzalez brought to Hyperphysics, in that article under Mirage, they have that picture as a superior. Hold on, okay, it's and they have it labeled as a superior mirage. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. On my channel, I made the claim and I said I'm going to go on the record. This is not a superior mirage.
Yeah, we've all figured that out. We all understand that picture was incorrect.
Hold on.
Yeah, we know.
Hold on. It's an inferior mirage.
No. That picture actually was doctored. It wasn't either.
Okay. Well, but the phenomenon is the same though, right? We do have phenomenon.
The phenomenon is the inferior mirage mirroring the sky and making the ship appear to float in the sky.
There you go.
Yeah.
So hold on. If the mirage is mirroring the sky, then the sky that you think is meeting the water is the inferior mirage. That's refraction. That's where the horizon is being created.
No.
So if I agree with everything that you've just said, I don't with everything, but if I agree with everything that you've just said, that still doesn't tell me that there is no curvature. I'm trying to get the argument of how you concluded that there is no curvature.
Well, then we would have to go to a hard and fast data of either being together and seeing an observation together at the same time, or
no. I'm just going to take your word. Whatever you describe, I'm just going to take it as true. Now use that description and describe to me how you figured this out.
Okay. I'm going to try to answer the question. I'm going to try to answer you the way I think I heard. Okay. So if I miss you, if I miss the target, just bring me back. Okay.
Okay, sure.
When I began making my observation, I began to notice that at short distances, I was seeing the same kind of refractive effect where I was not able to see the lighthouse or the bottom of the lighthouse. I wasn't able to see the bottom of the lighthouse. And on other days, I could. So what's the reason? Well, it wasn't curvature because I didn't change my location. It was always refraction. So I began to understand that at shorter distances, when I'm watching a boat go into the distance away from me and it goes into the mirage, that is the obstruction. It's never curvature because the mirage would always change in terms of its distance to me. Sometimes it would be farther away. Sometimes it would be closer. If it was closer on one day and I saw the boat disappear, it was because of the mirage. If it was farther away on another day, it disappeared because of the mirage. Because it was never curvature at the shorter distance. It's not going to be curvature at the longer distance. That's basically it.
So that's a very good argument for the statement there is always some refraction. Refraction will always affect what you're seeing. Right?
Except
that's an excellent argument for that, but it does not affect the statement of curvature. Now,
that's why we would have to look at a photographic image that you think is due to curvature, right? So if you take Sean G's image, right, where he showed the cargo boat, right, half of it's gone. I'm going to tell you the entire thing is right there in front of you. You can't see it 100% because of refraction. I would think that you're good. I would think that you're going to attribute at least some modicum of obstruction to curvature.
Most of it.
It is right. It is never. So it is never just curvature. It is not the statement of there is no refraction.
Great.
If there was no refraction, the thing that is being cut in half would be wholly invisible. It would be completely hidden.
That's incorrect.
There would be a lot more of it hidden. It would be hidden at based on what?
His belief.
Based on the fact that there is never curvature. It's never curvature. Okay.
You're just saying that now.
So
you're just saying.
You keep saying that, and I keep asking you for an argument that supports that claim, and saying I will believe you what you tell me when you describe the image that proves that, because you will give me an explanation of how that image proves that, right?
Okay.
Or evidences that, or provides you with an argument. Present me with an argument. I don't ask for citations. I don't ask for images. I will take your word and then evaluate it, but I want your argument. I want your explanation.
I'm just going to repeat myself, okay? It is, okay, when you say that if there's no refraction, the image will not be visible at all. Is that correct?
Yes, or will be hidden more.
Okay, however you want to say it, okay? In my observations, that is the only time you don't see an object, whether or not it is halfway, 3/4, or 1/3, whatever percentage you want to take. The only reason why you see that limited amount is because there is high refraction. That's where the obstruction comes.
How do you know that?
Okay, it's an issue of describing what we see. So if you and I were to hang out tomorrow on my channel, hold on.
Describe to me the detail which convinces you of that statement.
Okay. I have captured at 9 miles, a shore-to-shore observation from where I am on the water, in the water at times, all the way across 9 miles, and I can see the shoreline. This is at 7 o'clock at night when it's twilight, dusk, and the light is just right. I can see farther, okay? That's because the aether band has lifted her skirts and showed me the magic. Now, when I go back out the next day at 8 o'clock in the morning, I can't see the shoreline anymore. That's because there's high refraction. The curtain has been closed. The shoreline, hold on real quick. This is the punchline. And I've done this on my show. Just go back a couple days. I went over on the disclosing line. Hold on real quick. When I go out at 8 o'clock in the morning and I cannot see the distant shoreline, it's still there physically. It's still there. Just like my lighthouse is still there. Just like the shoreline at a mile is still there. But the reason why I can't see it is because it's behind the mirage or the refractive distortion. It's not hard. It's not difficult.
It's not difficult, but I think you're either misunderstanding or I think you're misunderstanding my question. Let's go that way.
I have a question
regarding
those two observations, Barney. Please.
Go ahead.
Okay, with your estimation, which they had more refraction or more weather conditions that create refraction phenomena? Just
the standard observations that I make have a limited viewing distance. Okay, I can't see as far as I would like on certain days. Where I am on the Chesapeake Bay, I make observations at 1 mile, 3 miles, 5 miles, 6 miles, 9 miles, and 12. Okay, the 12 mile, the 9 mile, the 6 mile, and the 5 mile have the highest amount of obstruction. I cannot see the shoreline predominantly in those times, like 90% of the time. Okay, that's a high.
Between two pictures, and that's what I was asking. Those two specific pictures, the next day you couldn't see it. Which one of those pictures had more refraction?
The one where I saw less. The one where I saw less.
Okay.
Okay.
Now,
and what are you basing your statement that that's where there was more refraction on?
Okay.
Why are you saying that there was more refraction?
Okay. All right. I understand what you're saying. So maybe this comes into play, Barney, where you said you should create your own term. Okay. It's the same idea, I believe. I'm going to say it this way, and please be patient with me. I'm going to say it this way.
Patient and charitable.
Okay.
I am genuinely trying to have a conversation.
I'm
not trying to bring it down.
I get that. I get that. So in the same way that if you have a high level of fog that obscures what you're looking at in the distance, that's a heavy amount. That's a high index of fog, right? So I'm saying that when there's no fog, but I can't see very far, and it's due to the distortion that's in the medium, and I call that distortion refraction. When I can't see as far, just like I can't see as far when there's a lot of fog, I'm going to say that there's a lot of refraction. High amounts. So I'm just being colloquial in that way. So if if the scientific community says, no, refraction's our term, come up with your own. Well, you guys know that I like creating new terms. I'll do that. That made me happy, but then whatever. So that's why
if you do, you have my full permission to invoke my name as the person who told you to do that.
All right.
Sorry.
But that's my answer. So the reason why I can't see it is because the curtain of refraction is higher. It's pulled in front of my eyes. I can't see very far. When it's pulled away, then I choose to describe it as a low index of refraction because I can see farther.
So your definition of refraction is merely that which distorts my image, and you are presupposing how the image is distorted. Therefore, when the image is more distorted from what you expect to see, then you say that it's a high refraction.
What did you say? I'm trying to understand what you meant. So you said I presuppose what?
That when the image is more different from what you expect to see, that's a high refraction.
Yeah, I would rather call it I interpret what I'm seeing rather than I'm presupposing.
Oh, sorry, it was not meant as an insulting term.
Well, that's why I was asking. I was trying to get it.
Yeah, fair, yeah. Sorry.
I mean, I can show you. I can try to find an image of the light real quick to show you, but I don't know that I have one to do as a contrast. So
Do you have those pictures of the two observations?
The thing that I still haven't gotten over, and I can't get over, and I know I've said it 2 times so far, so here's the third one, is that we actually know how refraction works in all of the cases that we can accurately measure, and at distances that we can accurately measure. And in all of those cases, without exception, it curves from thinner to denser, right? From less refractive index to more refractive index. For what you're saying to be true, while the statement of the air is denser at the bottom and thinner at the top is true, refraction would have to work the exact opposite way to produce the image that you're describing.
Okay.
Now,
I'm okay with
when you say there is more refraction, that would bring the image more in some direction. When you say there is more, so if you assume that the Earth is flat, and you say that refraction, you literally define refraction as that which makes it look not flat.
That's not my argument.
And curves it away. No, I'm not saying that you said that. I'm not trying to strawman you. I'm trying to construct a logically valid argument for what you're saying. What would be the premises such that the conclusion that you have made follows, right? What you would have to say for your conclusion to be logically valid. Not true, not sound, just valid. So that it follows from the premises.
Yeah. I understand that you believe that your ability to describe what you think happens in refraction happens. I know that you believe that you can do that. I do not believe that I believe that is simply trying to describe the phenomenon in the same way that I'm trying to describe it. It's just a description. You can't demonstrate any of those claims. You can describe it that way, but you can't demonstrate it. So my argument has nothing to do with a flat Earth. Okay? The Earth could be 20 times bigger. My argument is the reason why objects are obstructed from the bottom up, apparently, is always due to refraction. It's never because the Earth is in the way.
And that also you're stating that only happens over water, correct?
I would say that it could happen over some place like the Bonneville Salt Flats. Like if you've got mountains, that's not gonna, it's like saying because we make observations with the Channel Islands, right? So I can't see anything on the other side of the Channel Islands, so that's moot, right? I'm not going to touch that because
no, I'm talking about the picture I was showing.
Yeah, but you have mountains, right? That doesn't correlate. It's not the same. That's we're not looking over.
So if we were looking at an observation and say that mountain in the background of my picture was a mountain that was at 10,000 feet, which is 4,000 feet above what I was standing at, then what would be causing that obstruction?
I think the only way that I can answer that is if we actually consider, like, say, something that Ruhif has with Mount Canigou, right? Mount Canigou is something that I think is more in line with what you're trying to describe, because All
No,
you did for
my
me.
image, that's exactly what we're looking at. In the image that we're looking at, I'm standing on Laguna Mountain. I'm at 6,000 feet. The picture in the far distance is Big Bear. Is Big Bear. It is at 10,000 feet. Yet that mountain looks very low, and it sure as hell isn't the whole mountain. So something is obstructing it.
Yeah. The let me go back and picture. So the mountain in the are you going to assert that the mountain in the foreground is not obscuring any portion of the base of Big Bear?
It's definitely not obscuring 8,000 feet of it, because the mountain in between us is only 3,000 feet.
Okay. I'm going to try to be a little bit more clear if I wasn't before. Is it your opinion that the mountain between you and Big Bear is not in any way, at any degree, at any height, obscuring any portion of the Big Bear base?
No. I'm gonna say no.
Okay, can you demonstrate that?
Yeah, because because right now I'm not seeing how you're looking at the picture, but if you look on the right of the middle mountain, you can see land. And if you follow that land over, you can see the base of Big Bear Mountain as it goes up, 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 and up. And then at the bottom of it, you can see the base of it again on the other side. But hang on. And I'm saying the base of land. I'm not saying the base of the mountain. Because obviously that's not 10,000 feet of mountain right there. But I'm saying you can see land beyond the middle mountain. Now, if you couldn't see land beyond that middle mountain, I would agree with you.
This is one of those instances. I don't know how to. I'm not trying to convince you with this image. Okay, this is what I would say. One image is not going to be the gotcha, right? It's not going to be the black.
It's not about a gotcha. It's just now that you've clarified how a horizon is created or how optics work over water, then I would say let's look at over land now. Now I can say in the same confidence that the mountain in the foreground is being obstructed more by curvature, as I can say that in the observations over the water. But now that I know why over water you're saying it's never curvature, and you've already made it clear that the horizon is created only over water by refraction, that's explained that because it's never curvature. Now we're over land, and now you've made it clear that it's not the same situation, but then what creates the obstruction here?
Okay, let's pretend that have basic.
You're cutting out.
How about?
Yeah, you're still cutting out.
Back now.
Right now I can hear you.
Okay, yeah.
There you go. You're good.
So my.
Nope, you're still cutting out.
It's like the start of the stream.
Okay, how about now?
Yep, now you're good. That was a lot better.
Okay, so I all I did was unplug my headphones, but I've got to go in and get my papers to sign them. I just got released from the dock. So I can't remember exactly what I was going with. What happened before you said that I was cutting out? I think I said you're standing on a mountain. Did you say Mount Laguna?
Yes.
Okay, so you're standing there. Let's pretend that the hill between you and Big Bear isn't there. So that you just have a vast stretch of desert. Okay.
Yep.
My suggestion is going to be that the entirety of Big Bear is going to be in front of you, and your ability to see with any semblance of clarity is going to depend upon the refraction primarily. But if there is also smog, because you're in San Bernardino Mountain, right? So that's going to be a factor as well. But my argument is the land is always in front of you. It's always extending into the distance, just like perspective demands. So the mountain is always going to be there. If you can't see the base of it very clearly, it's never curvature as the cause for that. It's always due to the medium through which you are looking. I've got to go in and get my papers.
All right, no worries. I'm about to end it anyway. I've been on for almost 3 hours now. Yeah, 3 hours.
Long.
Well,
But,
I
you know-
have an issue with all these observations that they are all below 1 meter or 2 meter or 3 meters, not like yours on top of a mountain. So
Exactly.
when you're so close to the water, all these funny things happen. So why
That's why they
only
do.
at this altitude does Travis always make his observation?
That's
And
why they do it. They want the maximum confusion and mess and distortion in it.
That
Yeah.
was 100% why I brought this picture into it. Because when Travis made that clarification or he said that it was, and it jumped right at me when he said that the horizon was created by refraction. And then he said it was only over water. Well, our horizon is our horizon, period. If it's over land, and especially in the observation that I'm showing around the mountain range, I'm up at a very high elevation. So my horizon is going to be much further than any of his observations over the water. Also, there's going to be a way less of a refraction. I'm going to tell you right now, there's almost no refraction going on. Almost no refraction going on. Visible refraction going on in this image. Why? Because what you're looking at is me looking over a very dry desert in the middle of the summer.
Yep.
There is almost no moisture in that fucking sky that you're looking through right now. Haze. Good.
How high are you, Sean?
I'm 6,000 feet right there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And that closer mountain range you said was 3,000 something?
About 3,500, yeah.
Yeah, so you're looking down at a pretty severe angle anyway.
Yeah, big time. And then, like I said, the mountain in the foreground is about 10,000 foot plus in elevation. And there's nowhere near 10,000 feet worth of fucking mountain right there. Not even close. And like I was trying to say, if you look in it, because on YouTube, you guys may not be able to see it as well, because I kind of have my screen a little faded. But the just beyond that middle mountain, you see land behind it. It's very clearly not just mountain. It's not like if that mountain wasn't there, you're going to see Big Bear. It wouldn't. It doesn't work that way. The image, you can tell in the image, it doesn't work that way.
I still want them to tell me why we can't see the Rocky Mountains from Kansas City.
Exactly. And
I really would like one of them. It would be simple enough. Get on I-70 in Kansas City, start driving toward Denver, and tell me when you can see the Rocky Mountains.
Yep. And
did Sean just cut out, or is it just me?
I stopped talking.
Oh.
It does that sometimes.
Oh well.
No, that was a fun one though. Again, I like I said, I'm back to the conversation, so I have a lot more of these conversations. Again, when we talk about Horizon, though, I'm definitely going to jump up for the conversation because I feel very confident in how I understand the Horizon to work now. And more importantly, I have thousands of these images of overland. I haven't presented them because a lot of these conversations, I really enjoyed the mirage aspect of these conversations because those are aspects I don't see them. When I go do these observations, I don't see those things. So as soon as I got to see them, when I got to go up to Santa Barbara and hang out with Travis and see the images, like it was like awe to me. So I stuck to it. But again, I have these images, and now that we're talking horizon over land, because that's where I'm going to go with this. We're going to see a lot of these images, and you guys get to see the type of observations I get to make when I used to live in the mountains.
Sean,
what's up? What's up, Aaron?
So you said you now fully understand how horizons work and all of that. You have a good grasp on that.
Yeah.
Good. Now then it's time to change the topic. Next show, GPS. I can prove the Earth is round with GPS.
Okay. Sounds good. There you go.
Fuck the horizons. Fuck all of this. I agree. Talking about the horizons and accepting the evidence that's presented, you can get into some ambiguity about the radius of the Earth. Well, if you stay really close to the water and watch only across the water and take your photos on the worst of days and never go higher than 100 feet, yes, GPS, just the satellite system, absolutely proves that the Earth is a sphere of the radius that we say it is.
And also that general relativity isn't full of shit.
Yep.
We need something in for that one.
Good idea. I like that one. I like that one a lot. And then what we'll do is I'll split it in half because B-Ball wants to do a stream on something that I think is a great idea. And it to me is the end all of flat Earth, and flat Earth won't touch it, and that's the lunar eclipse. So maybe we'll do like we'll do like GPS, and then we'll tail end it with the eclipses. Because
why would we try to?
And then the broadcast satellite.
No, we can do two shows, because if we're gonna do GPS, I want to be challenged. I want everybody to tell me what's wrong with my understanding of it.
All right, well there you go.
Barney,
I'll put the word out there too. Yeah, Barney wants a challenger.
Doesn't GPS also give good evidence for special relativity as well?
Yep, it does. But that's not relevant in this part of the discussion.
Oh, I know that. I was just, I thought I read it someplace, and I just wanted to back it up.
And I will accept all of your satelloons and all of your towers and all the signal spoofing that you can throw at me, and still show that the satellites are where they are necessarily, and that the Earth is round necessarily.
Oh, as they say in certain parts of this country, you're leaning against an open door.
Barney?
Yeah?
Why
Somebody called my name?
Satellites? Yes, I'm asking, why are you going to go through the GPS when broadcast satellites for TV more easier, and we point our dish towards it so we know it's in a specific direction?
Because those just give you an angle. GPS gives you triangulation. Yeah. You can not only pinpoint a direction, you can pinpoint the location.
We can pinpoint a satellite, that broadcast satellite, if the Earth was flat, from two locations pointing with their two on the same longitude or on the same latitude.
Next show.
All of them.
Yeah, we'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, next one.
Because we can go and do it. And again, like we're on hour 3. I'm tired. I have the munchies. What do you want me to say? Damn it, farmers.
No, I did say one, mate.
I know it was your giggle, though. It was your foreign giggle.
Foreign giggle. Bloody foreigners.
Yep. Yeah, today was a fun one. I do appreciate Barney. Appreciate it. Even more that Travis, I appreciate it. You got a little heated a little bit, but I do appreciate. You did calm down a little bit.
Nah, it's all in good fun.
Oh yeah. No. That's what I'm thanking everyone for. Because even when I did get a little heated, I like to thank everyone that was on the panel and that reverted questions to the chat. So if they came up, they would happen, but didn't jump in. I appreciate that. But yeah, I do, Travis, I do appreciate it because you are the only flat earther here. So I do appreciate you coming on and having it out with Barney. It was the worst disrespectful thing I've ever. No, I'm just kidding. But that's exactly what I want to do here. That's exactly how every conversation needs to be everywhere. Really, it can get heated, and but it doesn't need. It can simmer down. And it can stay a conversation. It doesn't need to be a trigger fest. So I do appreciate that. And that is why, Barney, I do appreciate you coming on and explaining things in your version and asking the questions the way you do, because you're not about triggering or doing that crap. So I appreciate the hell out of that. But with that being said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I'll be around. I'm not going to bed or nothing. Got no work. But yeah, tomorrow I'll be live. It's gonna be around the same time, pretty much. About an hour after Jose. That seems to be a real good time. And then the plan is we're gonna talk with GPS. I'm gonna put the word out there that Barney is trying to find someone who says GPS ain't real. Bring it, and we'll do that tomorrow. And then the next day, B-Ball, we're gonna do the lunar eclipse one. And I'm gonna take a wild guess right now and guess that if I put it in my title, no flat earthers will show up. But that's just my prediction. That is a very touchy one to them, and I've asked that many times, and it just gets avoided. But yeah, we'll do that. But I'm gonna go ahead and mute myself over here, guys, and I'm gonna end it over at the YouTube, and I may come back in. But I do appreciate it. All right, people. Like I said, I'm gonna get out of here now. The main thing I want to preface is yes, I am back. I'm going to be talking flat Earth. Why? Because it's a fun conversation, and I feel like it. Second, it needs to stay the way it is right now. Respectful. It can get heated. I know people like the whole triggering thing, but the reality of it is the people that are making themselves look a fool being triggered, we're just as dumb wanting to see it. I mean, realistically, who wants to see a grown man or a person act like a fool? I mean, they do it enough themselves. We don't need to trigger them to see it. But yeah, tomorrow GPS, and then the next day we're gonna do lunar eclipse. I will be streaming early every day this week, because why? For some odd reason, somehow San Diego is getting rain, and we're getting a lot of it. So I'll be home live streaming with you guys. So I will be seeing you guys every day. Peace.
These men go crazy. Legendary.
Perfect.
It's the one and only Deagle Double G.
Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg.
Da 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 da. You know I'm mobbing with the D-R-E. Da 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 da. It's the one and only Deagle Double G.
Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg.
Da 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 da. You know I'm mobbing with the D-R-E. Da 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 da. It's the one and only Deagle Double G.
Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg.
Da 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 da. You know I'm mobbing with the D-R-E. Da 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 da. It's the one and only Deagle Double G.
Snoop Dogg.
Da 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 da. You know I'm mobbing with the D-R-E.
Smoke weed every day. Hold up. 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 Hope you ready for the next episode.
Deagle Double G.
Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg.
Da 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 da. You know I'm mobbing with the D-R-E.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know the West Coast is back for all you suckers. So put something in there. Put it in there. Yeah. Sup, Snoop?
Top dog, buy them all, yeah, I'm burning it up. DPGC, you should be turning it up. CPT, LBC, yeah, we hooking back up. And when they bang this in the club, baby, you got to get up. Cuz homies, thug homies, yeah, they giving it up. Oh, life, yo, life, boy, we living it up. Taking chances while we dancing in the party for show. Slip my girl a 44 when she crept in the back door. Chickens looking at me strange, but you know I don't care. Step on Deagle Double G.
Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg.
Da 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 da. You know I'm mobbing with the Deagle Double G.
Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg.
Da 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 da. You know I'm mobbing with the D-R-E.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know the West Coast is back for all you suckers. So put something in there.
Smoke weed every day. Hold up. 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 Hope you ready for the next episode. It's the one and only D-R-E.
Dr. Dre, Love Buster.
You know I'm mobbing with the D-O-double-G. Straight off them killer streets of CPT. King of the beach, you ride to him in your fleet. Wood, the Ville rolling on dubs. How you feel? Whoop-de-whoop. What? Dre and Snoop hitting corners in the lag. With Doc in the back, sipping on Jack. Clipping all the amps, dipping through hood. Compton, Long Beach, Inglewood. South Central out to the west side. It's California love, it's California bug. Got your boy a gang of pub. I'm on one, I might bell up in the Century Club. With my jeans on, and my team strong. Get my drink on, and my smoke on. Then go home with something to poke on. Locust song for the 2 triple O. Coming real, it's the next episode.
It's the one and only Deagle Double G. Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg. Da 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 da. You know I'm mobbing with the D-R-E. Da 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 da.
The number you have dialed is not...
You're never gonna make it, you're not good enough. There's a million other people with the same stuff. You really think you're different, man, you must be kidding. Think you're gonna hit it, but you just don't get it.